right, 6 o'clock, everybody. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show, Thursday morning broadcast. It is Fester, MJ here, and Michelle. Michelle is in the studio. Michelle is here. Michelle.
Are you trying to turn the listeners against her? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
exactly.
No, I'm just putting an exclamation point on something. That's all I'm doing.
I've never seen her want to leave more.
I know. Thank you, Fester.
Hey, what's going on with your microphone? Your mic has changed
I don't know.
in the set. I don't know if folks can hear it, like if you're listening on a streaming app or if you're listening in the car right now or a radio at home. But no, it just sounds like,
I don't know. I'm working the mic like I always do.
No, it just sounds
I'm
like
right
you're
in front of it.
but
I talk loudly.
Sometimes what you hear when you have headphones clamped to your head, you get more of a direct perspective because I'm wearing headphones. And oh, by the way, do my new headphones arrive today?
No.
I thought you said they arrived today.
I thought I said they arrived Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought today. That's right. Today's Thursday. Okay.
Do you know how to read a calendar?
All right. Jeez. All right.
Easy.
Yeah. If you're watching on MJ TV or if you've seen me in the past, you know I wear these kind of old school, big, clunky headphones.
Yeah.
Which these were designed like in the early 70s by Koss, and they're the Pro 4 AA's. And I love these things. I've been using these since I got into radio as a kid back in the early 80s when I was 16 years old. So I have never used a different pair of headphones. I've always used these headphones, and Koss still makes them because they sound amazing.
Yeah, that one sale they make every 5 years.
Well, and I gave Michelle my spare pair. So Michelle's, if you look at MJ TV.
Okay, this is not your only spare pair.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we
I'm
have
sorry.
more spare pairs in that
there's,
box and closet.
There's only one more new one. The ones you're seeing in there, those are like broken ones.
Then throw them away.
No, he has them for parts.
You know what? I've been hearing this for 30 years. Do you think I've ever seen him dismantle a set of headphones?
Yes, I have.
And put
yes.
them. No.
Yes, I have.
I've never seen
MJ
you.
has the largest parts department for actually Koss, the headphone manufacturer.
Dude, your mic, man.
The mic sucks.
You're hollow sounding to me.
Okay, well, listen.
All right.
What do you want him to do about
Here,
it?
I'll switch mics. Let's see if it sounds
No.
better.
That mic sucks. Okay. That mic that mic's even
I'll
worse.
switch mics with the mic over there.
The Froggy Memorial mic. Yeah, you want to move over there? All right. So here's the deal. So I love these headphones, and then I wanted to stock up and get a few, and they were all out of stock. Like January, February, none. I'm like, oh my God, I hope they didn't discontinue them, because they did discontinue these clunky headphones, these Pro 4 AA's that I love. They did discontinue them back like in the mid 80s. And they were all sold out in the U.S. And there was such a backlash, they brought them back. I was able to find like 2 pair in Canada. Koss Canada had like some old inventory, and I found 2 that I had to have shipped to my college in Ithaca from Canada. So they're back in stock, and ordered 4 pair. So that should hold me over for the rest of my career. So however long I decide to do this crap, I've got one. So I'll have 5 pair in back stock of my. Because people ask me all the time, why do you wear those old? Because they sound great. They're like studio reference kind of sounding stuff.
Did you say that you have enough now to last you for the rest of the career?
Yes, I think so.
If this pair you're wearing now lasted 10 years.
Yep.
You have 50 more years to go?
Yeah, that's weird, because I also...
No, we're not doing this for 50 more years. You're 55 already. Like, I think you've overbought. We should send a few back.
I'm 55?
56.
I think I'm a few years older than that.
50-something.
Yeah, it doesn't start with a 6. I'm happy with that.
I'm sorry,
No.
I'm 55.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, you'll be, dude, Michelle, you'll be 55 in September.
I know, but I already say that I'm 55.
You look like
what's the difference?
You look much better than a lot of 35-year-olds out there. And I'm not ass kissing, because we're going to have a fight about something else later on. So, Great. All right. So hold on a minute. So with the headphones, and then Fester, I got a little beef with you.
Take it on.
So
bring it on.
with the headphones, I have 4 new pair coming. And that should hold me over. Now, the one I'm wearing now, unbelievably, and this is crazy because they usually don't last this long, but this pair, I always put my name and I put the in-service date. So if this pair here says I'll even show it to MJTV. It says Schnit and then it says 12 of 15. I put these into service when I was doing mornings near the end of the first year when I was doing mornings up in New York at WOR. Is where I put these into service. And the fact that, they've lasted, and, the wires are free. You can see right here. I'll hold this up to MJTV.
Oh, the wire.
The wires. So this pair might not be around much longer, but this pair might be the longest a pair of these has ever lasted for me. Anyway, I'm excited because they were back in stock. And Amazon, Cost sells them through Amazon or their website. Now, here's the deal. Because every time, I have tons of people say, MJ, what are those headphones? And people buy them because I use them and like them. And so Amazon was out of stock. Cost's website, and they're based up in Milwaukee, they were out of stock. So they came back in stock a couple of weeks ago. They're $79.99 on Amazon, but they're $114.99 if you buy them on the Cost website. Where do you think I'm going to buy them? Where do you think I'm going to buy the headphones? All right. So Fester.
Oh, yeah. We're still talking about my mic?
No.
Okay.
I just think you got to work the mic a little closer.
MJ, I work the mic the same way every day.
Right. Now, it sounds it sounds a little better there.
Then it comes and goes, man.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Well,
you have the same very, very marginal talent sitting at this microphone for a reasonable amount of time.
Okay.
And you sound different today.
Well,
It's not me.
All right. Well, this marginal talent, as you describe yourself, when you don't follow through on something, that is called dropping the
load?
Jeez, man.
Balls?
Yeah, dropping the ball.
Oh,
so
I dropped multiple things. I dropped balls.
Right. So you've dropped many balls over the years while working for the MJ Morning Show. All right.
Too many to count.
All right. Now, in this particular case, you didn't drop the ball. You've dropped another object. Do you know what object you've dropped?
I don't know. Is it more recent or is it like, give me a time reference. Was it like one of the week-long projects?
It's like the last week. You've dropped not the ball, you've dropped the
balls?
I said
I
it's
don't
not
know.
the
I
ball.
don't know.
You're not giving him any clues.
This is really cryptic. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, there's a couple.
I hit the wrong sound.
I don't work on that much
I
after the show.
I wanted to hit the. No, you didn't drop the ball. You dropped another object.
Okay.
The hammer?
No, you dropped the frickin' cake. What's going on with the cake sitting lady?
Okay, hold on. I didn't drop anything. I don't feel under any way that I control the actions of others.
All right, if you don't know the story, and we don't have time to get into it now, but we will get into the discussion later on. Fester found this lady online on, Instagram? Or
she popped up on my Instagram feed. She's across all the social platforms.
Yeah, there's a lady, and she bakes these really nice cakes, and then she sits on them, like in leotards. Or I think people get to request the cake. They pay her to bake a cake, and then they tell her what they want her to wear while she sits on the cake, and it's all smushed all over her butt.
Yes.
And I said, this is perfect.
I love her.
We need to get another cake person into our lives here on the MJ Morning Show.
Let's go.
So what about a cake sitter? All right. So
I think it's great.
But she's not responding to you?
Yes.
Or are you dropping the cake on this one?
No, because I reached out to her via the one platform that I know her from.
Well, why don't you hold on to that teaser?
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the cake butt smasher a little bit later on, because we've got to have a relationship with the cake butt smasher. And I can't believe they're looking for publicity. They're looking for, viral opportunities. Well, here we go. It's the MJ Morning Show. Talk about exposure.
I mean, we can introduce her to the entire greater Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
I mean, if she wants to be the number one cake sitter in all of West Central Florida, we're your place.
Dude, listen to me. Our morning show is listened to. You ought to look at our streaming numbers and where people are streaming. It's all over the country. People listen to the show because this is one of the best morning shows in the country. Just getting rolling on this marginal, crappy dumpster fire of a morning show. All right, 6:10, back in a minute. Shriner's got traffic. 104.7 FM. Man, I saw something weird that adults, well, the headline said grown-ups. Grown-ups are buying more toys than preschoolers to the tune of $1 billion. What? Well, first, I don't expect a lot of preschoolers to like get in the car and drive themselves to Target or Walmart or get on the one of the apps and order crap to the house like Amazon. But so what do they say here? That adults are buying more toys that qualify as toys for themselves versus toys being purchased for toddlers?
Have you gone to the toy aisle in Walmart lately?
I have not. You know what? That's a very good point. There are parts of a store, like a big box store, there are certain areas that you frequent, and there are certain areas that you just don't. Like the auto parts, the automotive section at Walmart. I can't tell you the last time I was there. I just,
I think I picked up some windshield wiper fluid from Walmart. Had to refill that. That might be the last time.
You know what? Yeah, at the cheap stores, you can find that for 99 cents sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's not that much difference.
Yeah.
But the toy aisle, and when I go, especially with my son, part of the deal is if we're going to go to Walmart, we got to at least walk down and look at the monster trucks.
Mm-hmm,
he loves the Monster Jam trucks.
In the toy department.
Yes.
Right. I was just saying, there are sections of like Walmart or Target that you just never go to.
But there are a reasonable amount of grown men. Not creepy, not in a creepy way.
Wait a second.
Grown men
that are lurking in the Walmart toy department?
Just looking at the products.
Right.
A lot of Walmart's toys, especially the action figures, maybe they think they're collectibles or there's a value to them or there's some reminiscent
But wait a
tie
minute.
back to their childhood.
Did you see what product is prominently featured in the article?
It seems that Lego might be the fact that Legos are expensive and there are a lot of adults that are buying Legos. It might not be the total number of like the amount of items, but it's the dollar value because Legos are on the more expensive side of toys and there are a lot of adults that buy. I was about to get to that. It's like Lego driven, apparently.
What do I get my stepfather every year for Christmas?
I don't know. What do you get your stepfather every year for?
A Lego set.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
how am I?
And you know what Julian gets every year for Christmas from my mom?
What?
A Lego set.
How am I first finding out about you buy your father-in-law a Lego
He's
set?
not my father-in-law.
Stepfather.
Your father is my father.
What'd you say?
So
Your stepfather?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
listen, family tree is a couple of branches.
Some father.
MJ,
Godfather, well, whatever.
so let's talk about Legos if you want to talk about Legos.
Yeah, tell us about
There
Legos.
is a couple of guys online, right? Like on the TikTok and on
Uh-huh.
Instagram that have a structured financial success plan,
Right.
By buying
Yes.
retired Lego sets.
Yep.
And they have a list of what's
All right.
retiring in 2024, what's retiring in 2020. So if I buy a retired 2024 set and put it in my attic
You hold on to it,
Yes.
for 2 or 3 years,
and then it's worth exponentially more.
more than buying
Okay.
a pedestrian stock, more than the 8% return you get putting it in a market account.
But also, Lego has expanded. They're not just for kids anymore. If you look at the kits,
That's a slogan. It's not just for kids. What is it? That sounds like a slogan for something.
But and the generation who's doing it grew up on Legos.
Right. I
so
mean,
there's a passionate.
Hold on.
connection.
It's not just for breakfast anymore. What product was that? Blah, 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 blah. It's not just for breakfast anymore.
That's what my uncle said about vodka.
No, vodka. It's not just for after dinner anymore. Yeah.
but these kits are like thousands of pieces, and they're very intricate. And also, they've branched into like doing. I see that every year they do like a cherry blossom where they do flowers for the ladies. So they're really getting a lot of people, interested in the product.
And Lego's coming out with a lot of set-specific pieces.
Adults now account for 28% of all global toy sales. So does Lego always announce what they're going to retire, or do they kind of surprise retire? And like some of these collectors need to figure out what they need to try to buy and hoard. And do they buy, if they know something's going to be retired, do they buy like a whole stack of them, as like a whole pile of
They'll buy the rack.
buy it all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
They'll announce it, but you also kind of know, right? Like if you've been following it, you know what their MO is. They make something this year that is really popular, like when Star Wars is really popular, right? They had a whole Star Wars series, and they might still have it. And you also have individuals who create new, figures or whatever you want to call it, building out of these things that then they suggest it to Lego, and that's like a whole big thing too.
So,
All right.
You see here in front of you, here's the El Dorado Fortress Lego set, retired November of 2024.
Right.
Yeah.
If you see one at Walmart, you see 5 of them, buy them.
Yeah.
Buy them all,
Right?
gotcha.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
In 2028,
Listen,
you put them on eBay.
all of the Lego weirdos,
What? Doing?
they've
They're
already.
not weirdos.
All right,
There'll be new weirdos.
They've already snapped all these up.
Yeah.
So don't send people out on a wild goose chase.
It's all online.
Just
You
because your life's a wild goose chase, don't send other people out on it. All right. So,
It's true.
all right, I got to get Captain Steve on the phone. We had him on like a little less than a year. I think it was last summer. Do you remember the American Airlines plane where it was taking off from Tampa International and the tire caught on fire and blew out?
I do.
He's got another video that he just shot. Spoke to him a few minutes ago. He's supposed to be available.
Good morning.
There he is. Captain Steve Markovich, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show.
MJ, how are you?
So, dude, why do I have to read this at a different source? Why didn't you come to me with the breaking news exclusive of this little plane bouncing down the runway like a rubber ball? Well, you should have come to me on this.
I thought about it. I even said something to my wife.
I thought about it, but I didn't do it.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
No, it doesn't. All right. Anyway, listen. So, what was the source that did the story first? It was.
I saw it on Fox 13's website.
Yeah, but there was some other outlet that you spoke to for Storyful. What the hell is Storyful?
Storyful is God, they're all over the world. Whenever I put out a decent video, they contact me right away and buy them right up.
So
Gotcha.
he put them on his socials, MJ, and they contacted him.
All right. So,
Yeah.
Captain Steve, just to refresh the memory, was the American Airlines flight taking off from Tampa International where the tire caught on fire and blew out, and you captured that on video? Andrew, bring up the audio on that. See if you can find. Was that last June?
It was July 10th is when it was posted on
All right. So it was.
YouTube.
Yep.
So we had you on last summer.
Yep.
And then we found out that you're a longtime listener of the MJ Morning Show, which we highly appreciate. Even more so, you ought to come to me with these damn stories. All right, so Steve, this actually happened like a week ago. This happened March 27th at Tampa International. And
Yep.
Steve, you're out there every day taking pictures and videoing planes taking off and landing?
Yeah, unless we're at another airport, we're here like 300 days a year.
That's incredible. And Steve's got a secret position, probably on top of one of the parking garages. But to
This
get
video is not shot from the top of a parking garage.
so
No.
All right,
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're on the ground.
all right. Now here's what happened.
Yeah.
A red Cirrus SR-22 propeller, a single engine prop, was trying to land at Tampa International on March 27th. What time of day was it, Steve?
It was about 8:30, 9 a.m.
And the plane, like you can see, it's coming down. The sink rate is really heavy. It's really fast. The plane, this little like single engine Cessna looking thing. It was a Cirrus, but it's like would you expect that little Cessna? And he hits hard and then just bounces and starts bouncing like a ball, like a dribbling basketball. And it looks like the plane is about to bounce out of control, veer off the runway, maybe smash into a JetBlue plane. All right, Steve, what the hell happened here?
Exactly as you said. It looked like it was high coming in, fast coming in, and the bouncing just got out of control. I thought he was going to go into the JetBlue plane too, and the guy wisely pulled up on about the fifth bounce and went around.
Yeah, to do a go around.
Yes.
Should this guy have a pilot's license and landing at Tampa International, potentially putting hundreds of millions of dollars in airplanes in jeopardy?
I hope he's got good insurance.
Well, the tail number, as you know, is November 811 Sierra Bravo. I can look it up to see who owns the damn plane. Did you look it up by any chance?
I actually didn't.
Yeah, November 8-1. Are they going to allow this guy to land at Tampa International ever again?
I mean, it looks like he handled it once he realized he was in a jam the right way. He pulled up after a couple of bounces. He talked to the tower. I mean, it looks like other than coming in really hot.
You want to hear audio of this?
Yeah.
All right, here's the audio of the aircraft coming in for a landing and bouncing like a ball. That's the actual audio that Steve captured.
That was recorded at the scene.
Yes.
Yes.
Man, but Steve, the deal is that to capture stuff, you just got to be there, and you can have long spaces between capturing really cool video. Is this the most interesting incident captured on video since last July and the American Airlines aborted takeoff because of the blown out on fire tire?
No, there's been a couple emergency landings that ended safely, but probably had more interest from viewership.
Okay, all right. And then the one from
But I
last.
thought it was the most exciting.
Oh yeah, this is crazy. I want to talk to the pilot and say, well, my 92-year-old grandmother could have landed this plane better. You know,
Steve, I have to ask, what do you do with these hours and hours of footage? I mean, a plane landing is fascinating the first time and the second time, and the third time it's really cool. But after like 20 of them, okay, the plane's landing, I get it.
It's amazing how it turned into a career on YouTube.
Yeah.
that's not. All right, so where can people watch this video? What's the best way to go watch this video right now?
The best way is Captain Stephen Markovich at YouTube.com.
All right, so it's Captain Steven, Steven, Markovich is Markovich, and you just got to see this red Cirrus plane bouncing like a ball. That's just dangerous looking, man. This thing could have flipped over and burst into flames or smashed into that JetBlue flight that it's like bouncing next to. It's crazy. All right,
That's what I
Steve,
was saying.
always great to have you on. Would you please call me first when you have something really cool?
I'll do it next time, promise.
All right, Steve. Hey, great to have you on, buddy.
You don't
Thank
have
you, my
to.
friend.
All right.
He doesn't have to promise.
All right, 6:34 at the end. So go check out his YouTube, Captain Steven Markovich on YouTube, and see this flight. And it just happened a week ago at Tampa International. I'm going to look up who owns this plane. N811SB, November 811 Sierra Bravo. All right, 8:35 at the MJ Morning Show. Early. What are you looking at, Michelle?
You said 8:35.
What I say? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then correct me.
She's about to.
Michelle looked at the clock like, is it 8:35 already?
No,
just
I'm looking to see what you're looking at. I'm like,
All right. It's 6:35. I apologize.
Yeah.
All right. It is 6:35 at the MJ Morning Show, and we'll do early Morons in the News next here on 104.7 FM. Oh, man, I got a good pile of them. Oh, I can't wait for the Morons. Oh, boy, is this great. Next on the MJ Morning Show. Eric- It is Morons in the News time on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome to our early listeners. Morons in the News, one of my favorite parts of this broadcast on a daily basis with stories like this. And Andrew, our producer, is probably saying, well, thank God she didn't throw rocks at Disney employees.
Whoa, what happened?
Well, if I start this off with, she didn't throw rocks at Disney employees.
Did you throw rocks at families going to Disney?
No.
People in line? I don't know.
Come on.
What? I don't know.
Andrew just said the right answer in my ear.
What is it?
Andrew, turn your mic on and say it. Andrew?
Sorry. Universal.
Yes.
Oh.
He's trying to edit some audio that we need here in a minute.
All right. So somebody was throwing rocks at employees at Universal?
Yeah. A woman is accused of throwing rocks at a Universal Volcano Bay employee and injuring them. Holy crap. Yeah, the person's been arrested. This is late last week. The Orlando Police Department responded to a security room at Universal Orlando's Volcano Bay. What the hell is Volcano Bay? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, you don't spend much time in Orlando, do you?
I don't spend. You know what? I don't get it. You know, you got Orlando Health now making the move in the Tampa Bay area. The Tampa Bay area is not really into Orlando, you know?
We're not?
No, we're not.
No,
it's two separate things. I mean, the people of Tampa Bay do not associate or relate with Orlando.
No, completely different town.
It is. I mean, to the point where there's almost a little bit of, maybe disdain for Orlando with folks here in the Tampa Bay area.
I look down on people from Orlando. You say, oh, I'm from Orlando. I'm like, oh, we can't be friends. Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, the whole area. But anyway, Volcano Bay is pretty awesome. It's Universal's water park.
Well, thank you for clarifying that.
You asked,
well,
what do you
Yeah,
asked?
you asked.
Specifically, your question was, what is Volcano Bay?
Do you happen to know the address, Mr. Smarty Pants, of... It's in the story. It's irrelevant to me, but do you happen to know the little quiz? What is the address of Universal Orlando's Volcano Bay? Now, what
24218 Kirkman Road.
No. What is the road it's on? Do you have any idea?
Kirkman?
No, it's Turkey Lake Road.
Oh.
All right. So the employee, Andrew Carson, told cops that he heard a woman yell, "Hey!" before he was pelted with a rock.
What?
I don't know. So the employee, Andrew Carson, who suffered injuries from the incident, told authorities that he did not give the woman permission to throw an object at him. Well, duh. I did not give her permission to throw a rock at me.
You know, I'll grant you permission. Go ahead. Have at it, lady.
The woman was identified as 28-year-old Raydeen Andrews of Michigan.
Raydeen?
Yeah, Raydeen, Raedean. That's a new one. That might be my new favorite after Lurleen.
It's her sister.
Lurleen and Raydeen. Yeah, she was arrested at Volcano Bay, charged with aggravated battery. But we don't know why she threw the freaking rock.
Mm-hmm.
Why she threw the rock at the Universal employee. And then also, somehow, the Universal security folks, they were able to wrangle her and bring her to a detention room. Now, why, if you threw a rock and you hit a Universal employee, why would you voluntarily go to a detention room? I haven't known of like park security to like grab somebody unless it's like well, maybe they did. Maybe they did deem it as a, hey, Andrew, have you ever seen, because you've been to Disney as an adult 17,000 times. Have you ever seen security actually get physical with anybody?
I have not yet.
All right. Now, also, some of these theme parks also have actual local law enforcement that do off-duty security as well. They have a lot of times deputies that are at the theme parks.
I think if you have some Universal security kind of hut-hutting you, telling you, follow us, ma'am, come with us. You know, she voluntarily went, not like, all right, I'll go with you guys. I think it was more like a follow me, and before you know it, she's in this room.
Yeah. She was in a detention security room at Universal Jail. You know, it's like the Walmart shoplifter security room.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Gee, listen, I'm not going to do anything that's going to warrant me being taken to a security room. But if I had, I'm not going voluntarily. I'm going to bust ass and get the hell out of there, you know?
Well, maybe she was trying to, and they wrestled her to the ground and tased her. I don't know.
Universal security, man. Wonder if they have tasers and pepper spray.
I mean, a theme park is a tough place to bust ass and get out of
exactly.
there.
I mean, where's she going to run?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the back of Busch Gardens causing problems. It's going to take me 30 minutes to run to my car.
I know. What is she jumping in the water?
Yes,
I'm swimming out of here.
Yeah, I want to see you run. You can run from a toddler. All right.
I probably couldn't, but I'm just laughing at you using the term bust ass.
All right. All right. Now, this is a great Morons in the News story. This happens to be, I guess, Fester's favorite of the day because Fester said, hey, did you see the chicken story? I'm like, you mean the stolen chicken story? And Fester said, yup. And Fester said, did you hear the audio?
The audio is the best part.
All right, we got to talk about this. This is out of Washington State, Morons in the News, from Kitsap County, Washington. Deputies in court papers say they arrested a suspect for chicken theft. 50-year-old, what's this dude's name? I thought I had his name here. 50-year-old suspect.
I don't know if I see his name.
You know what? They didn't put his name in it. Just 50-year-old suspect. Yeah, he apparently had just gotten, the victim said the suspect just got out of jail and wanted to take her favorite chicken. A couple living with the victim heard the front door being kicked in and the suspect and victim yelling. The male witness took a wooden baseball bat and stood in the way, so the suspect grabbed Polly this guy's favorite chicken and then ran down the driveway. The suspect was later arrested, but there's no more mention of the chicken, apparently. So this is a woman. This is a woman that was just recently released from jail, goes to this guy's house, and steals his chicken.
Hold on.
No, it was a man.
Hold on.
A man was arrested.
I got a question.
All right, hold on. So I have it back. Okay, I'm sorry. 50-year-old. Okay, man. Okay, I have it backward.
A woman reported that her ex-boyfriend kicked in the back door of her home.
All right, so I apologize. Had it backward.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's just hit the brakes for 1 second.
All right, hang on. Let me hit the brakes here. All right. Okay, brakes are hit.
Is this a really elaborate April Fool's prank?
I don't think so.
I mean, the whole thing went down on April 1st.
It did. I noticed that. Oh, I noticed.
No, that's not true either.
Well, I noticed the story was published on April 1st, but
Yeah.
I think the story actually happened like March 20.
Okay, all right.
March 29th.
I just didn't want to play into getting pumped.
See, I have some of the facts. I don't have all the facts.
I mean, they don't
Body cam shows March 29th.
They don't put the person's name out. There's details missing.
Yep. I'll tell you why there are details missing.
A chicken's getting stolen. What? The Chicken Protection Act?
So it was a guy.
Very close to the Chicken Protection Act.
It was a guy in jail.
Right.
I thought, for whatever reason, I thought it was a woman. Guy in jail. He gets out and then goes to the house and steals Polly the chicken from this woman that I guess he had some kind of relationship with.
There was a protection order, so that's probably why the names aren't being published.
So it's a DV, a domestic violence issue.
Seems that way.
Ah.
So he's facing charges of residential burglary and violating a protection order.
Oh,
so maybe they're just being protective.
Guess what? He's going back to jail.
Oh, I think so.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Andrew, what do you have? You have the audio? We've got the audio for the police body cam during the investigation. All right, listen to this.
Show me your hands. That's fine. Just hold your chicken. I'm not going to hurt your chicken. Hey, show us your hands. Stand up.
Hey, relax a little.
I'm going to have you put the chicken in here for a second.
You've never heard a cop say that.
All right. And then the woman's in the background. My chicken. Oh, I got to hear it again. So nice, I got to hear it twice.
Show me your hands. That's fine. Just hold your chicken. I'm not going to hurt your chicken. Hey, show us your hands. Stand up.
Hey, relax a little.
I'm going to have you put the chicken in here for a second.
All right, that's not the woman. That's the man. That's his range of emotion.
Oh, wait a minute. It's the guy sounds like the girl?
I mean, if you see the video, the body cam footage, it's the cops chasing him into a wooded area. Usually, like, the other person isn't hanging out with the cops when that happens.
Holy
That's the guy.
jamoli. All right, morons of the news on the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, you're brushing your teeth all wrong. All right, I'm going to tell you, we have an expert that wants to tell you how to brush your freaking teeth, okay? All right, so that's coming up in just a bit. Oh, the suction cup warning. You've got to hear about the suction cup warning. It's crazy. And the filthy, dirty kitchen. All of that next. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Stand by. It is 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show. Why am I playing the Notre Dame fight song? I don't know. I just saw it on my soundboard here. Andrew, why is the Notre Dame fight song on my... all right, Andrew just put... We mentioned Notre Dame for something? So Andrew put up... What did we mention Notre Dame about recently?
So yesterday, we had a teacher from Plant High School call in and said how a student did not get accepted to University of Florida, but did receive an acceptance letter from Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's why Andrew put this...
That's a stretch, but you know what? I like it, man. Notre Dame fight song, I believe, is the finest of the college fight songs. Sorry, Michigan.
Gotcha. All right. 7:02 as we enter the 7 o'clock hour. Of course, nice chunk of MJ crap right now. And then we start over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ around 7:25, 7:26. So stand by. That's incoming in just a matter of moments. You are brushing your teeth all wrong. You know what? When I see people with like stragglers with like two teeth hanging out of their mouth, like I'm in Luray Caverns and I got some stalactites and stalagmites.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna guess you're brushing your teeth all, or you got a meth problem.
Something.
Right? Or what are you laughing at, Michelle?
Or a meth problem.
Well, listen,
I mean, we're just one extreme or the other.
If you see people with messed up teeth and they're all scabby, there's a good chance they've got a meth problem. All right? All right, so here's the deal. Can you imagine if somebody busts a picket line somewhere and scab, but then someone else is walking by with a meth problem and they got scabs all over themselves? Scab!
We're just pointing out that person right there. Watch out. Don't touch him.
All right, so this doctor, Dr. Ravin Bakrish,
okay,
who is the owner of Inglewood Family Dental, not in town.
Also not in this country.
From Canada, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
I guess I trust a Canadian doctor.
Am I really going to trust them with my teeth?
Yeah, I think the Canadians have good teeth.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, Canadians have good teeth. They don't tip very well, but they've got good teeth. So
It's going to get worse.
this is toothbrushing time for a lot of folks, or you've just recently brushed your teeth. So heads up. This is just a quick little list here, and then we got to move on. So brushing after breakfast. And this has been around for a while, and this is like, chicken and the egg thing. Do you brush your teeth before or after breakfast? And the deal is you're supposed to brush your teeth before breakfast, then eat. You're not supposed to eat and then brush your teeth after breakfast.
Does that make that big of a deal?
Oh, yes, it does, because if you brush after breakfast, your teeth are guaranteed to fall out within 3 months. I know, that's false.
Well, here's the issue.
That's completely fake.
All right, here's the issue I have with that. It screws up the taste of orange juice.
Well, you know what? That is true. So, like Crest toothpaste and orange juice, terrible combination.
Awful.
No, you're right.
Awful. If you want to torture somebody, have them brush your teeth and then drink some orange
Well,
juice.
here's the deal. So you might think that it's natural. You brush your teeth after your first meal, but no. The doc says that acidic foods like orange juice and toast can weaken enamel. Wait, toast is acidic?
Yes. All that acid and toast. This doctor seems a little kooky.
Brushing too soon afterward could cause further damage. Yeah. Dentists recommend brushing first thing in the morning before breakfast, as it removes plaque and bacteria from your mouth that built up during sleep. All right, so that's number one. Number two, rinsing after brushing. Don't rinse after brushing.
Yeah, but this is kind of counter to what we talked about the other day about the fluoride, so go right ahead.
It might feel natural to rinse immediately after brushing your teeth, but he advises against this because it'll make your toothpaste less effective. Yeah, once you finish brushing your teeth, you should just spit out any residual toothpaste.
That's it.
By rinsing your mouth, you immediately wash away the fluoride, which is there to help prevent things like tooth decay. And listen, I'm not getting into the whole fluoride debate and the fact that they're yanking the fluoride out of water in places. What was the local story recently?
Was
it Polk County or
removing the fluoride from the water?
Lakeland doesn't have fluoride for a while. I can't remember the damn story.
I don't remember.
Anyway, local fluoride is a big conversation piece these days. All right, then brushing too hard, scrubbing your teeth like you're trying to remove rust off the side of an old truck with steel wool. No, don't do that. Just because you brush your teeth harder does not mean you're giving them a more thorough clean. In fact, you could be damaging your teeth and gums. Yeah, so don't scour like you're trying to clean gook out of a cast iron pan or something, All right, and then think brushing is enough. See, this is very confusing to me, because the last thing is the mistake people are making. Oh, you think that brushing is enough. And he's saying, nope, you got to floss too. You should floss once a day. Do you remember the story that was out? I think it was since we've been back here on Q105. So sometime in the last 4 years or so, there was a story where it said something about flossing really does nothing for you. Do you remember that story? See if we can find that, Fester, or Michelle, you're a better searcher. Fester's a cloud on Google.
Yes, that's true.
All right. So there was a story out, I know we did it, that flossing was way overrated, essentially, and that flossing really doesn't do much good. And it just seems so counterintuitive, because if you floss, if you have food stuck in there, it just makes sense that you would want to floss. But I remember there was a story that said that flossing is way overrated and, it's really not necessary. Do you remember that?
I see a story from years ago from the Harvard Press.
Right, like 2016.
Yeah, that says
tossing, flossing. All right, maybe it was longer than that.
But it says that, the evidence that supports flossing, everybody would instantly say, oh, yeah, it does something good. But the evidence is surprisingly thin, according to Harvard.
So from maybe it was that long ago.
Maybe we brought it back up because, all one person needs to do is make a claim, and then it gets picked up and it's semi-viral, and wacky morning shows are talking about it.
Yeah, I just remember that there was like a whole story that just seemed counterintuitive, that flossing is something you really don't need to do. Just brush your teeth.
I think, you know what? If you're into flossing, you're probably also brushing your teeth. You're probably just going to have better oral hygiene overall. So don't go giving it up just because MJ says flossing is no good for you.
Well, listen,
or doesn't provide some, a measurable benefit.
I'm into butt floss, so a lot of when I go to the beach, I wear one of those mankinis with butt floss. That's what I like to wear.
You look fantastic.
No, I still rock my my Birdwell beach breeches. Yeah, kind of a Virginia Beach throwback. When I first, does anyone listening have Birdwells like me?
Mm-mm.
So Birdwells, they were when I was a kid and we moved from Nanuet, New York, Rockland County, just outside of the city. When I was 11 years old, we moved to Virginia Beach, and man, back in like 1976, Birdwell beach breeches were the rage. All the surfers and I had to fit in, so we went to Tallheimer's or Leggett or one of the stores, Miller and Rhodes, old school southeastern Virginia department stores, and I think I got my first pair of Birdwells, and then the surf shops all sold them like wave riding vehicles in 17th Street Surf Shop, etc. And to this day, I still buy Birdwells, and I don't think it's the same own. I think some other company bought them, but they're in California now. But I love my Birdwells. I wear Birdwell, and they dry fast. It's like a nylon. It's a nylon material, and
bathing suits they dry fast.
Imagine that, Fester. That's it. It's innovative.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Fester.
Then when you get out of the water, it'll dry pretty quickly.
I love my Birdwell beach breeches.
Otherwise known as Nerdwells.
No, will you stop it? Why are you saying that?
These look a little nerdy.
They're nerdy looking.
You grew up in Virginia Beach. You remember Birdwells?
Okay, I'm not going back to when I was 18 and wearing the same swimsuit.
How much did they cost when you were 18? Because they're $100.
Yeah,
now.
they were back then. They were like like $20, and now they're not cheap. Now they're like $80.
Everything on the website.
Oh, $100.
Their number one design, which they have in every color, but it's
Holy,
the same.
they're $100.
Every color. And you know what color he buys?
Black.
Orange and red.
Really?
Why?
I've got a slate.
Why not buy blue and black that I can wash it with everything else? No. Orange and red.
I have a slate gray as well. No, the last time I bought these, I think the two that I wear now and I rotate, the two Birdwells I have now, I bought like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I think they might have been $70, but now they're up to $100. Anyway, I'll still buy them. All right, now I've got a suction cup warning. 7-Eleven at the MJ Morning Show. Listen to this, and this will kind of jog some memories on something similar. This could save your life. This could save your home. Listen to this story. When most people decorate their houses, they don't always think about these insane kind of out of sight, out of mind dangers that some decorations can pose. A common household item could lead to, like, your house burning to the freaking ground. One example, candles accidentally, can tip over, and I'm not a fan. Oh, Michelle, did I not let Chloe have it with her? For whatever reason, Chloe started wanting to light and burn a candle in the house. What was that like about a month ago?
For whatever reason?
Yeah.
Because it presents a nice scent in the house, and it's.
Yeah. What about all the carcinogens and the soot that comes off that crap?
Okay, well, she's young, and girls her age like to burn candles, Todd.
Yeah. Well, listen, we had a salesperson that liked to burn a candle for ambience in their cubicle over at Clear Channel on Gandhi, our old radio company, and it knocked over, and the cubicle went up in flames. It almost took the whole building down.
Well, I think she felt pretty safe because we were there. She was on the kitchen table.
Yeah, and I read her the riot act. There are no candles. There are no candles to be burned in our house. Anyway, so listen to this. So we know about candles. Then cheap extension cords. If you got all kinds of crap in a cheap extension cord, or you've overloaded like the junction box or the multi-outlet thing, that could be a fire hazard. All right, so those are more obvious. But listen to this. This is why I'm doing the story. This is what's important here. A woman had a major issue with a common window decoration and suction cups. Now, the other thing that we've heard of, people with prisms or like a crystal ball. There have been stories where the sun has come in, like the window in a house, hit a piece of crystal and then it acted like that magnifying glass when you hold it up to the sun and you kind of burn an ant which is sick. That's terrible. Or like a leaf. I remember
Whoever did an ant.
Oh, there was some really nasty serial killer like bastards when I was at summer camp.
Dude, I got a magnifying glass at home. I'm waiting to take the kid out this summer to burn ants.
You burn a leaf.
No,
you don't burn.
You burn ants.
No, you don't.
Oh, I put toxic chemicals and I eradicate the ants that way.
Oh, you know what it is? Let me tell you what the issue is with your mic. Michelle, you're aiming the mic toward Fester. Yeah, turn it.
It's been like that the whole time I've been here.
I'll turn it the other way, but for whatever reason, no, turn it.
I'll just leave the room.
No, either head on or turn it the other way.
I can't have it head on.
All right, well then turn it the other way. Have it facing.
It's always been like this.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, Fester's mic's getting.
We have to do this on the air.
Getting nulled. No, I just figured it out.
We're just self-diagnosing our issue.
Oh my gosh.
So how a suction cup. And, people will put up decorations, and you've seen people put, like, suction cups on the clear suction cups on the window and hang some kind of decoration. Well, this individual shows a squirrel feeder. And also you got bird and squirrel feeders that can suction cup to the outside of the house.
Those are cool.
You don't have the squirrel feeder on the inside. It's typically on the outside window. But this person shows that this squirrel feeder is attached to the window with suction cups, and hey, might be nothing going on here, nothing wrong here. But then a closer look, you can see the suction cups are causing light to be focused on a certain point on a nearby couch. The couch begins to smoke.
Look at that burn.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Just the freaking clear, rubbery suction cups on the outside window holding a squirrel feeder. The light is going through the clear suction cup like a prism or like a magnifying glass, and it burns a hole in their couch inside the living room on the other side of the window. So heads up, folks, this is an MJ Morning Show consumer alert. The crap that you don't even think of that could burn your house to the ground. And this could go both ways. This happened to be a squirrel feeder suction cupped outside, but I've seen people put up little decorations, little stained glass ornaments or
it doesn't
whatever.
matter what it's holding. It's the fact that it's there.
So be very, very careful. Suction cups setting my house on fire was not on my 2025 bingo card. Man, I hate when people say that. I didn't have that one on my something crazy happens. Oh, didn't have that on my bingo card. You've heard that, haven't you?
Yeah, that was on the list of like things we need, the phrases or sayings that we need to get rid of.
Oh, yeah.
So get rid of it.
Yeah, that was on the list of phrases that people say that warrant you attacking them.
Yeah.
We ought to put that list together. What do you think? So be very careful. The suction cup acted like a magnifying glass and melted her couch. She got smoke coming out of her couch. Now it looks like she's a cigarette smoker and has cigarette burn. You ever go to people's houses and they got cigarette burns in their upholstery?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you should have driven my old car. I had cigar burns everywhere.
Yeah, well, look, you had cigar burns on the roof of your car.
Yeah.
How do you get them on the roof of the car?
Yeah, why don't you explain that one?
It wasn't on the roof as much as it was like on the A-pillar.
The A-pillar,
Because picture you're holding a steering wheel at, 10 and 2, right? And you have a big old cigar in the 10 hand, and then you make a turn and you brush the ash right over your pillar. And the car that I drove, it was like covered in like a velvet, and it singed right into it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and I just laughed.
Fester, you better be careful.
It's singed right in.
Yeah.
You could catch the roof of the.
No, it didn't catch and burn. It just kind of swiped it.
Oh my god!
All right, I am so disappointed that we can't find audio in this. But apparently, Katy Perry said something about her upcoming Katy Perry and space deal. She's going up in space with Gayle King, Oprah's best friend, and Bezos's fiance, Lauren Sanchez. Remember the all-women space mission? Listen, they're getting shot up into orbit. Anyway, Katy Perry said something about being an astronaut. but we can't find the audio. But I'll fill you in on that next. Also, a creepy gas station bathroom story. Warning. What? I have an idea of what this is about, but listen to what I'm about to reveal next. A woman goes to the bathroom at a gas station. You go inside and you get the convenience store, then the bathrooms are in the back. You're not going to believe what this woman discovered. It creeped her the bleep out. So hang on. That and dozens of other phenomenal pieces of content next, because we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. Don't move on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, Rolling up on 727. By the way, that's the 727-200. Here we go. 1 hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ starts right now. And we start off with Katy Perry, who says that she wants to put the ass in astronaut.
Mission accomplished.
Come on, really?
Good for her.
That's so lowbrow. That's nothing we would ever say or do on this show.
I'm actually kind of jealous I didn't think of it. Good for her.
Katy, listen, we already talked about this story. You've got the all-women crew that's going to be shot up in Jeff Bezos's wiener rocket.
It looks just like an appendage.
It does.
That hangs between
So
legs.
I guess I sent Andrew on a wild goose chase this morning because I'm like, you got to find this audio. I want to hear Katy Perry saying that she's, by the way, the rocket is Bezos's Blue Origin. Yeah. And speaking of Bezos and Amazon, there's some TikTok news which broke yesterday as well. We'll get into that
All right.
in just a bit. But Katy Perry says that she wants to put the ass in astronaut, but then I saw that she made this comment. I assumed that it was like recorded or she did it in some kind of TV interview. So I sent Andrew on a wild goose chase, and the story that I have doesn't say where she said it, but Michelle just found it. So there's no audio of this?
I don't think so. It was it's a quote from an interview with Elle magazine. So unless they recorded it and
they should.
Yeah, Elle magazine doesn't record their interviews.
No, but
to put out social clips.
But do they put it out?
But
yeah.
listen, magazines that do interviews and have listen, everyone has a web presence. That's not even print media or web media. They post videos because it's a way to just go beyond print and have.
No.
All right, come on.
All right, Short King, go find the audio then, because I found the quote right here on Elle magazine. Website.
Yes, we found the quote, but why don't we have video of Katy Perry saying that she's going to put the ass in astronaut when she gets shot up into space with Gayle King, Oprah's friend from CBS, Jeff Bezos' fiance, Lauren Sanchez, former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, civil rights activist Amanda Wynn, and film producer Carrie Ann Flynn. It'll be the 31st mission of Amazon founders' new Shepherd rocket. Wait a minute, 30. They've sent 31 of these up.
Okay, hold on. Let's get this straight.
Yeah.
It's an 11-minute trip.
I know.
This is
Yeah. This is
a-
like riding something at a theme park.
Yeah, this is a futuristic theme park ride.
It is.
There's no captain. Everybody on board is a crew member, and the machine does all the work, and it just goes straight up and straight
So
down.
is this just a hyped up pile of dookie?
I mean, it's
Well,
to call this space travel is a lie.
right.
It's just space popping
Right.
They're passing the line. There's like some international.
It's like a space fair ride.
They have to pass that line. What is it called? The Carmasian or whatever.
Carmen line, the Carman line, Caraman
Yeah,
What is
line.
that line?
where it's like what 60,000 feet or something.
Yeah.
It's what is the name of that thing?
Some line has to be the difference between our atmosphere and space.
Right.
and that's it.
It's the space boundary.
Yeah.
Is it the Carmen line or something?
There's a couple of accent marks, I think. I don't
Yeah.
know. But okay, so it's just a really, 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 really cool amusement fair ride. I mean, in 10 years, they'll be doing this at the Florida State Fair.
They're going to get to go up there, be weightless for a little bit and float around, look at the Earth, and then they're going to come back down.
Yeah.
But you know what? They should be really worried about.
Is it blowing up and Katy Perry becoming a?
well.
Can you imagine the thing blowing up and Katy Perry is raining down on some city?
Great.
Listen, I like
No.
I like Katy Perry a lot.
That's not what I was going to say.
What?
Several of them appear to have, implants or
Some
filler.
cosmetic procedures
Yes.
that.
What about eyelashes?
Yeah.
Lauren Sanchez said hers
Well,
are fine because they're glued on.
Wait a sec. So all of Jeff Bezos' fiance's face filler is going to like ooze out of her face?
Well, what kind of, when you see the video of the astronauts when they are going up, right? Their faces are like,
Oh, what's that? Oh my God. All of the collagen and filler is coming out of Jeff Bezos' fiance's face.
Okay.
It's Lauren Sanch ooze.
I don't believe. All right.
Yeah.
I don't believe that anything's going to ooze out of her face. However, in a weightless environment,
You know what,
the
Jeff?
reason why
For a comment like that, Jeff Bezos is going to cancel our Prime. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the reason why face fillers work is because we have gravity that fills in the right spots.
Oh, thank you. What are you Neil deGrasse Tyson over here all of a sudden?
Why
What
don't
are
you
you?
play your ooze sound effect 10 more times?
2, 3, 4,
Great.
5, 6,
Hysterical.
7, 8,
right.
9, 10.
the
Hey,
juvenile in the room.
Listen, if you listen quietly, you can hear everybody laughing in their car. Oh, wait, you can't.
guess they are laughing.
No, play the squirt more.
That was funny. Here's 11.
Thanks.
All right. So Katy Perry is going to put the ass in astronaut. Listen, I wish. Speaking of Katy Perry, she's coming back to Tampa, right? Is it August?
Yeah.
We've got to do it.
I don't think Chloe's going to be here.
Why?
I think she's going to be already gone to law school.
Oh, that's going to suck. Oh, here's our idea. So
I know.
we have an image. We have a picture of Chloe wearing a pink wig meeting Katy Perry backstage. And, I posted that. It's on my Instagram, but like way, way back in my feed, like maybe a couple of years ago, I reposted it. But Chloe, how old was she when that tour was in town?
She was in 3rd grade, so.
Wow.
Yeah, so the concert
12.
is Friday, August 22nd.
Oh, yeah, she'll already be at law school.
She wasn't 12.
Well, she might have been
3rd
8.
grade.
Yeah.
12 you're in like 6th or 7th grade.
Okay, so 3rd grade's what, 8,
Yeah.
9 years old?
All right,
8 or 9.
So she's
Whatever.
8 years old. I set it up because we were over at the other radio station. We played a lot of Katy Perry music back then. And Michelle and Chloe go backstage to meet Katy Perry at was it the Ice Palace back then or the St. Pete Times Forum, whatever it was back then, now Emily. And went backstage, and Katy Perry was so nice to Chloe. There's a great picture of Chloe with Katy Perry, and we thought that it would be awesome to have Chloe go back in August, get backstage again, bring the photo, and show Katy Perry that now she's 23, going on 24, and she's going to law school.
Yeah. Might have to go visit her in another city.
Oh, Andrew just said Katy Perry might throw us out of there because it'll make her feel old.
No.
She's been a star for a long time.
No, she would love that.
Yeah, she would love that. She would love that.
But you think Chloe might already be gone to
Oh, yeah,
the
she'll
law
already be gone.
to the law school of her choice, wherever she's going to end up going?
The law school is starting that week. It doesn't matter which one.
All right, 7:34 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Thanks for listening. We're in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop music. Nonstop music. Nonstop MJ. No, we play no music. We play no commercials.
That little blurb of Firework is like the only music.
Oh, that's right. I did play a little blurb of Firework. Hopefully, Gail King and Jeff Bezos' wife-to-be and Katy Perry, hopefully the thing doesn't have some kind of mishap. And I don't want Katy Perry to turn into a firework, 80,000 feet up in the air. No, Katie, I don't want you to become a firework. When is that thing supposed to go off, by the way?
Yeah, I was just going to say, what is the date for this?
Yeah, what is the date?
April 14th.
Oh, so it's coming up, April 14th. So it's like 11 days away.
They're going to be up. They're going to be up in space for 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
All right, hold on.
10 minutes.
When's the wedding?
What?
When's the wedding?
The wedding is it July in Venice?
Oh man,
Venice, Florida. By the way, that's people got they think it's Italy. No, it's Venice, Florida. That's where they're getting married. Yeah, the Bezoses. This is creepy. Listen to this and see if you can. I think I've kind of figured this out. But you go into a gas station bathroom. You shut the door, but then you see something and you're like, am I ever going to be able to get out of here? Most people probably just walk in and they don't even see this. They don't even recognize this. This woman did. So this woman goes into an Exxon restroom gas station in College Station, Texas. So she talks about discovering an electronic lock on the outside of an Exxon restroom door. So you go into one of these, you go to a gas station, happen to sell Exxon gas, and they have the whole convenience mart inside, the whole convenience store. And then in the back or wherever, they have the restrooms. So she's walking in and then notices there is this big, magnetic on top of the door on the outside, and the door can be locked magnetically. And I'm thinking by the clerk at the front counter. So she's freaking out thinking, oh my God, I go into this. Do you have the roll the audio here, Fester? Because this is really kind of creepy. You got to unmute it though. All right, go ahead and start it from the beginning. Yeah, so you refresh.
I try to figure out how to refresh it.
Oh,
I don't know.
All right, Fester, you are such. You hit the little arrows going in circles.
But then it's at the bottom of the page.
Yeah. So then we go back to that, and then we bring up go ahead and bring up the audio again, and the woman's talking about this lock, and I don't think it's there for any nefarious reasons. Here we go. Hit mute. Unmute.
The lock on the women's bathroom at the Exxon gas station in College Station. After seeing everybody's comments and videos and realizing that everybody thought and felt the same way that I did, for the most part, some of y'all's comments were either irrelevant or off topic or concerned about the wrong thing. But placed the phone call to the Bryan Police Department this morning. Pretty quickly, within the hour, I would even argue it was probably less than 30 minutes.
Well, look at your watch.
The police officer called me, who was dispatched, and told me that the manager of the gas station said that the lock was placed there to prevent that there's a large group of Hispanic men that come in there during lunch and destroy the women's restroom. So they placed that lock there to keep.
So before I heard this video, I thought that they placed the electronic, it's like a magnetic lock. Before I even saw this video or heard this woman, that's what I assumed.
It's to selectively lock the door to make sure the right people get into
Not to lock people in and trap you like you're in the movie Room. No, it's the new movie Bathroom. No, I never thought it was that it was anything nefarious. I thought it was so they could lock the door from the front counter to keep people from going in, not to lock people in. But anyway, she tried to say, my God, this is the creepiest gas station bathroom story. It's just I wanted to make people aware of it.
It's actually looking out for her. Have you ever been to a gas station when, like, either early in the morning or, like, maybe during the lunchtime when a lot of the work crews, the landscaping crews, or or those kind of folks come in and they gas up their stuff and they come inside the store? There's a bunch of them. So if this is a small gas station in the middle of this, looks like this dirt road in the middle of Texas, College Station, Texas.
Yeah, so she's singling out
15 guys walk in.
Or the convenience store is saying that Hispanic man, why is it?
Okay, listen, a lot of lawn crews are comprised of men of Hispanic origin.
And why would they go to the women's room? Is it just the fact that the men's room is all busy and they're just trying to use the bathroom, so they're just using any available bathroom?
The size of this station, it's not like it's a big Buc-ee's bathroom. It looks like it's just a bathroom where
it's
there's a toilet.
It's like a small, average convenience store gas station.
But it serves one guy at a time. So if 15 guys walk in and they're standing in line waiting for Frank to finish his business.
But when I hear that the guys go in and destroy the bathroom, I think of that Home Depot story where the guy warns everybody. I'm just going to warn you, I'm about to blow this place up. And then they call the police because they really thought the guy was going to, like, light off a bomb in the bathroom when he was talking about he was going to blow it up because of what was smoldering inside. That's the funniest story. Called police, no charges to be filed when customer at Home Depot warned people inside he was about to blow this place up. That's still one of the funniest stories I've ever heard. All right. 7:41 at the MJ Morning Show. Give this some thought. Somebody forwarded this to me. Every once in a while we read one of these Dear Abby or, self-help things. Fester, you find a lot of, like, self-help type things on Reddit.
They post a lot of weird questions.
You've got some of the syndicated stuff out there for websites and newspapers like Dear Abby still, or Miss Manners is another one. And someone sent me this one and said, MJ, thoughts? What are you thinking? This is a Dear Abby. My friend keeps inviting me for dinner, but her kitchen is disgusting. Wow. Michelle, you just did a gaping mouth look over there, like you were an inflatable doll. What's going on?
Because my thought process is that you and I generally don't like to go to other people's houses to eat in the first place.
Yeah.
And so then, it's even more complicated if you sense some less than hygienic circumstances.
All right, so
it has been a very, very long time since I went to somebody's house to eat.
Here's the deal. Dear Abby.
Yeah.
My friend invites me for dinner often, and I keep coming up with vague excuses about why I cannot come. The reason for my reluctance is her poor kitchen hygiene. The fridge always has old food and spillage, and her kitchen counters and sink are littered with dirty dishes and leftovers. She doesn't wash her hands before cooking either.
Oh, gross.
No. So does she wash her hands after popping a squat in the Exxon gas station? So I've helped her clean her kitchen many times while visiting, thinking she perhaps just needed guidance, but her old habits stick. Sounds like there's a lot of stuff sticking in that kitchen.
Yeah, right?
It feels awkward and inappropriate to tell her the reason for my continuous cancellations. How would you proceed? Well, Michelle, how would you proceed?
No, thank you.
Do you tell her that, no, I might eat at your house because the place is a filthy mess?
I don't know. It depends on the level of, the level of friendship, I guess, but I would just always be busy.
Super busy.
Super busy.
So my way of getting out of things is I just make every minute of my day is tied up with something. I'm so sorry. I just say I'm super busy. I can't do it. But I don't go to folks' houses, and I don't have folks over really either.
Right. So Dear Abby, and there's no Abby anymore. Is it like a relative that does this? No, like her daughter or granddaughter does the.
It's actually a call center in the Philippines.
Yeah, probably. You know what? I think you're right. No, I think you're right.
You don't even have to write it in. You just call up, ask for some help.
So Yeah.
Yeah, let me read this in a foreign accent where they're trying to sound like they're actually in America. All right.
I follow a bunch of people on Instagram who cook in their home and talk about recipes you can make. And I love them. I watch them all. But you know what? There are very few people I know that I would want to eat at their house. Like we have a company potluck.
You know what? I don't want to use the bathroom at your house. I can't even imagine.
Same.
But Fester, you've come to our house to eat.
Yeah, and I didn't use your bathroom. I used the tree.
Oh,
all right.
But when I have people over, a lot of times I use gloves.
All right,
Just
so-
because I feel like I'm being extra,
All right, so here's the deal. Dear Abby says the way to handle this would be to invite her over to your place for dinner, agree to have your meals at a restaurant, or bring carry-out to her place.
Yeah.
No, none of those are going to work.
Yeah.
So, I
Just why don't you be honest and say your kitchen is filthy, your fridge looks like it's going to crawl out of the house on its own.
Oh, you know what she should do?
What?
I just had an idea.
Bring
She
a flamethrower and firebomb the place?
Yes.
She should get a bunch of roaches and then sprinkle them around when she goes over there. And then she can say like,
insult to injury. Yes,
look what's happening here.
Plant vermin?
Yeah. And then, help her
All right.
clean it up and then
What
maybe
if she
she'll
has
learn a lesson.
What if she has a degree of disgusting that's not great, but not roaches either, that you bring bugs in and traumatize the poor woman?
Bring a bag of maggots.
Listen, I'm all for meeting at restaurants. That sounds like
Yes,
a great idea.
yes.
Hey, pick any restaurant you like. Let's go, man. We'll have a great time.
Has Fester dropped the ball on the cake sitter? We'll get to that in a second. First, though, the item that I teased, and look, I'm pretty much on time here. It's 7:46 now at the MJ Morning Show. And I teased this item as our promo that ran all day yesterday. Hey, coming up tomorrow morning, 7:45. Well, now it's tomorrow morning, and it's today, and it's 7:45. And it's about ghosting. And a sex and relationship expert is saying that this is the reason why the majority of people, she estimates to the tune of 75% of why single people are getting ghosted in dating situations. Or you meet somebody, you have a conversation, and then, comms break down, and suddenly there's no communication. So what's the deal? So today's dating world is complicated. I'm telling you right now that Michelle threatens to divorce me all the time. But if it does ever happen, and I'm ever out on the market again trying to date, man, I would dread that.
So would
you would dread being ghosted?
Yeah, so would the ladies.
No, I would dread what dating is like. Seriously, how would that go if I were on the market and if Michelle finally was fed up with me, had enough, and
if she finally put her money where her mouth is, finally was a person of her word, wasn't this big bag of empty threats.
Yeah.
I mean, would I die a lonely, miserable old man, or would I find what channel would I meet now? What?
You got a fat wallet.
Yeah.
Some girl will be like,
yeah.
Some girl put up with it just for that.
Like a 27-year-old?
Yeah, she's not gonna, do for you what I do, but
Probably do a couple of different things.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, well, here's the deal. And, if you're swiping on these dating apps, all these options, you're talking to people, maybe you're meeting people, you're going out on these dates. We've talked about the trend where some guys are trying to meet women for coffee and not making a $125 commitment for dinners, because if you're dating a lot, I mean, that gets, kind of expensive. So, and then there are women now that are rejecting guys for the so-called cheap dates, that they want a real date. They want a real dinner. But then I'm sure there are a lot of women that are probably playing the apps, say, just trying to get good dinner, good food, right? I'm sure that exists. So here's the deal. So what is it about the ghosting? Carly Cuckoo. All right. Her last name is spelled Kucko.
K-U-C.
Cucko? Carly Cucko?
No, let's go with Cuckoo, because if my name's Cucko, I'm changing.
Yeah.
All right, Carly Cucko.
That's her dad's name.
It's Kucko. Can you imagine if he put an F in front of that? Carly.
Or if you just added an LD to the end.
Oh, cuckold?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got someone floating around town that's into that. All right, so
Swipe one.
Maybe,
There we go.
Maybe a radio guy.
Okay, let's go. So
all right.
Dr. Cucko, she seems like a lovely, qualified professional.
So she says that the reason why most people are getting ghosting is to avoid conflict. That ghosting, for the most part, and she says to the tune of like 75%, that it's to avoid conflict and to conserve energy. So there's a difference before you delete the person's phone number from your phone. And the way you ghost could have different, intonations. But the main reason why people get ghosted is to avoid the conflict.
Well, because it's just so much easier. You could block them on your phone, or
have some.
Why?
Have just a little bit of, just tell somebody, just say, you know what, you're not for me, or this is not going to work out. Best of luck. You're going to find a good match.
Why?
I'm not a good match.
Yeah,
why?
Just say it.
I don't need the closure.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the doctor's first name?
Carly.
Okay. Never mind.
Carly Cucko.
Okay.
I mean, why have to
Dr.
engage?
Cucko.
Why do you have to say it? Why not just be like, block? You went on one date. Do you really owe anybody anything after one date? One coffee meeting. Do you owe somebody some kind of explanation?
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I don't date people that don't use Splenda, so.
I mean,
this
So
isn't gonna work.
apparently, there's another survey that says that 75% of single people have been ghosted. I just for the heck of it, let's go to the ghost phones right now.
ghost phones. They're going to be ghost phones.
Zoink, Scoob! Zoink, Zoink, Scoob! Let's go to the ghost phones. Let's see if we can find a ghost in the mystery machine. All right, listen. I don't know what the phones are going to do here, but have you been ghosted recently, or if you're on the dating scene and you're on the dating apps? Tell us your ghosting story. Let me get just a handful of stories of listeners that have been ghosted while dating. And did it just completely just disappear, dissolve? Was there ever additional communication or any finality? Yes or no? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Have you been ghosted, or have you ghosted somebody? Be honest. If you don't want to use your name, if you want to be anonymous, that's fine. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So 75% of single people say they've been ghosted. A telltale sign that your date is potentially about to ghost you is if suddenly they're vague about plans, like, oh, let me double check my calendar, or I'll let you know when I'm free next.
Are you telling people who've been ghosted what they've been through?
Those are clues?
Yeah. I want people to tell me their ghosting stories.
Okay, I have a question for the people who are calling. At what point, or how many dates, or how many interactions do you then feel like you cannot ghost somebody? Like you are required, as you're suggesting, to say, you're not for me because, or, hey, this just isn't working out. Like at what point is it 2 dates, 3 dates?
Yeah.
Or do you you just go out once, you ghost them? Maybe you're dating for a year and then you just ghost them?
A lot of people know immediately. You might have a communication online, or you're having some phone conversations, but when you meet somebody, a lot of people know instantaneously whether they want to pursue a second date. Now, it might fall apart after date 2, 3, 4, but I think a lot of people know immediately whether they're interested in a second date. And it's not just looks. It's maybe a half an hour conversation plus the looks. All right, phones are lighting up. Let me grab Wendy in Oklahoma. Okay. Hello, Wendy.
Hello, MJ.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. All right, go ahead, Wendy.
Yeah, we've had too much of that lately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually from Florida. Before I've listened to you guys forever. I've taken you with me to Virginia too. But no, I'm calling because, okay, my question is, what do you do when you have some random people start messaging you on Messenger? You think they're really cool. You're talking to them on Messenger for a while. I got rid of my Facebook. So there were a very select few people that I gave my phone number to because they were really nice. We had really good conversations. All of a sudden, they're telling me we've never met. We've never gone on a date, not even in the same state. Hold on. Echo, stop. You're Echo.
Echo, shut the F up.
Sorry.
That's right.
Let me turn the volume all the way down. It's getting dumb today. Anyway, it's got you playing in the background too, so I mean I'm listening to myself.
Right.
But anyway, so you give them your phone number, you're talking to them, maybe not even quite a month. They're asking you to marry them.
Oh wow.
That's the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Hold on. How many guys have you had ask you to marry them after a month?
I've had guys that I've only talked to 4 times in like a week or two asking me to marry them on Facebook, which is one of the reasons why I got rid of Facebook Messenger, because I would talk to them on Facebook. They seemed okay. They seemed cool. Four conversations later, oh, I'm so in love with you. We need to get married.
Fester, how
You're
long
my
did you
soulmate?
How long did you date Allison before you?
Like 6 minutes.
Well, listen, Michelle and I, was it 7 years?
6 years.
We were back and forth for 6-7 years.
We were,
Yeah.
But I mean,
Wendy, how old are you?
in my 50s.
Okay, I'm just asking. I don't know if there's like a certain urgency with.
No, okay, my problem is I've been married too many times. I don't.
Well, wait a minute, Wendy. How many times have you been married?
What's too many?
5.
Oh my
God!
You've been
I am
married.
not meant to
What?
be married.
You were married 5 times?
You are calling in
I
for the
kept
wrong
trying and I
segment.
failed. I'm not meant to be married.
Your perseverance is impressive.
Well, all right. Hey,
No, I'm very independent, and people don't like that.
Wendy, thanks for checking in. Please call again, okay?
Okay, bye.
All right, Mark is in Clearwater 5 times.
5 times?
Mark, Clearwater, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, MJ. How are you doing?
Doing well. Go ahead, Mark.
So, the woman I'm married to now, before we got married, she ghosted me in the beginning. And it was a funny story. So, when we first met, I took her to Taco Bell. And I didn't buy her any Taco Bell. She said her last boyfriend couldn't make out well, so I showed her what a good makeout session was in Taco Bell.
Hold on. She said that her old boyfriend did not have to make out, so you guys made out at Taco Bell?
Yeah, in my car. Also, he was into feet. It was weird.
What? What?
Yeah, he was one of those, foot fetish guys.
Wait a minute.
Did you call in just to trash the old boyfriend? Oh my God!
We got to hear this story.
Wait a minute. So you
All
had
three in the car.
You had a bean and beef burrito or a gordita, and then you guys do all face smooching?
Yeah, and then we had a one-night stand, and then she just ghosts me, right? And then she reaches out months later, and we get back together. Now, like the previous lady was saying, I was one of those guys that maybe it came on too strong. Because I may have said I could definitely see us getting married.
Wow. And then now she ghosted you, but then how long did she turn the unghoster button off and then you guys got married? How long was that stretch?
Just about 2 months.
Oh my God.
So you're not married now, right? You're not married with her now.
No, I am married with her now.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
sure. No, I knew that. Yes.
I'm sorry. It was a little...
So how long have you been married now, Mark?
We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary on March 24th.
Oh, congratulations.
Did you take her to Taco Bell?
Congratulations.
We had Taco Bell at our wedding.
That's hysterical.
All right, Mark, good calls today. Mark, thank you. One more. Anonymous. We did have a second anonymous, but they hung up. Anonymous number 1, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Anonymous.
Hi, how are you? Good morning, guys.
Morning, Anonymous in Tampa. Go ahead.
I am currently trying to just start to get back out there dating.
Yep.
I have been, quote unquote, as you guys call it, ghosted, and I also have done it to people because it literally is exactly like these two people just said. All they want to do is get your number, tell you they want to marry you, and you're just, I'm sorry, I'm turned off. It's like, nope. You don't even know me. You don't know first thing about me, and I'm not here to toy with you. Don't toy with me.
Yeah. So, have you been married before, Anonymous?
No, I've been engaged.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Late 30s.
All right, so late 30s, 37, 38, 39. And any prospects now? Are you dating at all?
I just started seeing someone, and I'm happy.
How'd you meet him, just out of curiosity?
I'm on Match.
Okay, so on Match. All right.
Yeah. I did also, just so you know, I did my research on all the dating apps and dating sites, and Match seems to be I'm going to call it the OG of dating sites. They pretty much have figured it out.
Okay, and Michelle, did you have a question for Anonymous?
Yeah, so I was just going to say, it sounds like you ghost people when they are coming in too strong. They're like...
Coming in hot.
Yeah, they're like, okay, yeah, this is us. We're having a future. Well, let's get married. And you're like, okay, that's too soon, so you ghost them.
Coming in hot like the Delta commuter jet up in Canada. Go ahead.
I try to be nice and kind and say, not going to happen right now. Like, can we get to know each other? And then immediately they're like, no answer. So it's like...
All right, so the guy you met on Match, so you're in Tampa. Is he Tampa or is he somewhere else in the Tampa? And so he...
No. He's Tampa.
And so what was it on Match that caught your eye?
Both of our interests, what we like to do.
Like, what's the top interest that you guys kind of matched on?
Sports.
What type?
All.
Okay, so you're a sports fan. You like watching sports or participating?
Both.
All right, fantastic.
So any guy with ESPN Plus could really stand a chance with you?
Right now, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
All right, so...
It's still too early to tell, but yeah, as of right now, I can't say anything.
All right, so you said you were late 30s. How old is this dude?
We are 10 years.
Is he 10 years older or 10 years younger?
10 years older.
Okay, all right. And does he have a good job? Does he have a good, source of income?
Yes, and I'm going to keep that private right now.
I mean, is he loaded?
I'm going to keep that private right now.
What does he drive? What kind of car does he have?
Yeah, listen, you're the one calling in anonymous with your big story of sport lovers.
I love it.
No.
Anonymous, thank you for calling in. You've been very intriguing.
You're welcome.
So, call us again with something else, all right?
All right, have a good day.
Oh, and do me a favor. Do all the people you know listen to the MJ Morning Show?
I have no idea.
Well, could you do me a favor? Wherever you go, wherever you are, wherever you work, try to be an ambassador and try to find out if people listen to other shows and tell them to listen to us on 104.7 FM, okay?
All right, I will.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. And that goes for everyone listening. Always looking to expand our listenership. And listen, I don't have my head buried in the sand. I know that there are people out there that don't know about this show. You know, we've had a lot of population coming in over the last couple of years. And if you know someone that does not listen, just make it a point. Say, hey, listen, what do you tune into in the morning? And if it's something else and it's some of the crappy, unlistenable garbage, tell them to listen. Give us a shot. Listen a couple of days to the MJ Morning Show. They'll be hooked.
They can add it to their profile.
Yeah.
I'm an MJ Morning Show listener.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Add it to your profile on Match.
We got to talk.
Exactly.
We got to talk about. Fester. We got to talk about the cake lady.
Let's go.
Fester, you came in hot. Man, we were all excited about the cake.
We all were.
All excited about the cake lady. And now you don't seem to be able to kind of seal the deal with the cake lady.
Okay.
All right. Fester brings in this video. He brings up was it Instagram? Fester brings in social media links to a woman on Instagram and other platforms where her business model apparently is she has people that request her to bake a certain type of cake, wear certain types of clothes, and then once she bakes the cake, she sits on the cake and smushes it between her butt cheeks. And, she's clothed. She's not naked.
Right.
But she's the
It's her social is cakes on cakes.
She's called Cakes on Cakes. So, she's calling her butt obviously cakes, her butt cakes.
I will say she hasn't posted in a while.
Oh, no.
Because these
Hold
are the
on.
videos we saw last week.
Yeah. Click on that. Let me see what the last post date is. Scroll up. March 20th. Oh, she hasn't posted since March 23rd.
So, in the world of social media, not posting for a week is an eternity.
All right, Michelle, look at the video. Fessa, refresh that. Michelle, look at her video. Describe in the last video that the cake lady posted. Describe what she's wearing. What do you call that outfit?
Those are like little biking shorts.
Yeah, like a workout
and
shorts.
yeah, with matching. Right, they're like biking shorts, but they're just short legging
With a sports bra
right,
kind
with
of thing.
a sports bra,
Yeah.
matching.
Right. So she's wearing a tight biker short, with a coordinated like sports bra.
Yeah.
Is tight. She's in the kitchen. She's wiggling around, obviously accenting her body.
Yeah.
Then you see her baking the cake in the outfit. And then she decorates the cake, and then she sits on the cake.
And I'm a big fan. I've watched all the videos.
So when I saw this, I said, Fester, we got to get in business with her. We need the cake lady, cake sitter. And then Fester's been trying to make contact, and because people are asking me, what's going on with the cake sitting lady? And I don't have an update. So the lady has not responded to you?
No, I reached out, and granted, I reached out last week after we talked about it. I guess I could reach out again, but two things I think are at play. One, it looks like she's been fairly quiet online in the last 10 days.
You know what? Maybe she was flown out to like Dubai by some rich oil sheik.
Yes.
And she's shaking and caking right now out there for a couple of weeks.
Make me a cake and sit on it.
Yes.
But MJ, who knows what's going on? Maybe she's taking a break or she's on vacation.
Well, that's disappointing. You wave this cake-sitting lady in front of me, and now we can't get a hold of her. I'm very disappointed.
You are not the only one.
She even has the cake-spinning little rotating platform to ice the cake and everything.
Yeah, she's
got all the tools.
A very talented baker. And
a very talented sitter on caker, too.
She is. And I sent her a message. I told her who I am and where I'm from and what we do. And I sent her a link of the conversation we had about her.
Keep trying.
And with no response.
Keep trying. Hopefully we can make contact, and we'll have the cake lady on the MJ Morning Show, and we can have her make an MJ cake, and then she can sit on that. What do you think?
Without corresponding with her, I don't want to,
but then
send her $200 to make a cake.
You know what? We might have to move forward with Plan B, which there was an offshoot.
It becomes a lot less funny if she's not involved.
Well, here's the deal. It would be better if we had her involved, but the offshoot concept here is that Michelle will bake cakes and then bring them into the studio, and then Fester will sit on the cakes here on the MJ Morning Show Live.
I just got to say, listen, while me sitting on a cake would be hysterical and would garner, I don't know, dozens leading to hundreds of views, if Michelle sat on the cake, it would be like 100,000, 500,000.
You sicko.
No,
You
I'm
sicko. Go ahead and sexualize my wife on this show. What is the matter with you? What's the matter with you?
All right, I'll sexualize.
Oh, by the way, Andrew wants an ice cream cake.
What?
Andrew's in my ear. Our producer said, "Hey, we need to do an ice cream cake."
A Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah, Fudgy.
I want a unicorn.
I want. Can you go to? Well, there are no Carvel stores anymore, but I think can you buy a Fudgy the Whale cake like at the supermarket?
I don't know. They sell Carvel cakes in my grocer's freezer.
I need Fessa to sit on a Fudgy the Whale cake.
Remember that guy?
Yeah. Cold Stone doesn't sell Fudgy the Whale cakes. Cold Stone is not Carvel. Yeah, of course Cold Stone will have an ice cream cake, but I haven't been to a Cold Stone in a long time. Anyway, so are there any?
There's 30 Carvels in Florida.
Yeah. Where? There are none in the Tampa Bay area.
None
Where?
in Tampa.
All right, so
Orlando.
All right, so there are the Carvels in Florida, Boca Raton, Boynton Beach, Coral Springs, Davie. See, they're getting all the New York Carvel lovers.
Everybody but Tampa.
Delray, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers. Oh, there's a West Coaster. There's one in Gainesville, Hialeah, Jupiter, Lake Worth, Miami, North Miami Beach, Orlando, Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, Royal Palm Beach, Sunrise, Vero Beach, and West Palm has got 3 of them.
Again, we could have just said everywhere but Tampa.
Yeah, it's like, why are there no freaking Carvels in Tampa anymore? What's going on? That doesn't make any sense. All right, I have a dilemma. I've got a couple of voicemail. You know what this is? This is what should MJ do? You know, you got John Quione's on ABC.
What would you do?
What would you do? Exactly. What would you do? Well, I've got an issue here. Well, I've got two voicemail issues, but one is sort of a, what should I do? Should I call this woman up and tell her that you left a message on the wrong phone number? I'm going to play this for you, folks. Michelle, you have not heard this yet. So I'm about to surprise my very own wife. Should I call this sweet old lady up and say, ma'am, it's a very moving, very nice message you left. However, it did not get delivered to where I think you wanted to have the message delivered. Michelle and listeners and Fester, listen to this.
Hi, Margaret. This is Helen's friend, Angie's mom.
Okay, so hi, Margaret. It's Ellen's friend or Helen's friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right.
Hi, Margaret. This is Helen's friend, Angie's mom, her comadre, Helen's comadre, Emilia or Emily. My daughter just gave me the news, or not good news.
Oh, just got the news. It's not good news from her daughter.
For Helen, I want to pray that she will pass peacefully.
Oh, no. She got the news about Helen, and she wants Helen to pass peacefully.
It's Helen's friend.
What?
It's Margaret. Margaret.
Is it,
Margaret. She's talking, the person she's calling is dying, right?
Yes.
That's Margaret. She goes, hello, Margaret.
Yes.
This is Helen's friend. I hope you die quickly.
What do I do? Well, what do I do here? All right, hang on. Let me
play the whole thing again.
All right, let me just play the whole thing from the beginning.
She says Margaret.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Margaret. This is Helen's friend, Angie's mom, her comadre, Helen's comadre, Emilia or Emily. My daughter just gave me the news, or not good news, for Helen. I want to pray that she will pass peacefully and contently, that God will be with her at all times, and she will be reuniting with Elle. And for you, the best of the best to come. And I know it's not an easy time, but you know, we all or born to die, and she.
You're born to die.
Are these all people she's talking about, or is it a plant? I mean, what is she? We're not born to die. That's the worst message you can give me.
There's 19 seconds left. Listen.
Had a great life. So
had a great life.
They receive my regrets, and I hope the Lord is with you. Okay? And if you can give a hug for me to Helen and tell her that it's from her comadre, Emilia. That I will appreciate very much. Thank you, Emilia.
So do I?
Who's dying?
Do I call her back and say, "Hey, your whole death message it got misplaced"?
Yes.
Do I call her back?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you do. You need to call her because it's such a heartfelt message, and she obviously knows somebody who is either related to or very friendly with the person who is expected to pass soon, and she's left this very nice message. If you don't call her back and let her know,
you're gonna divorce me?
No, she will wonder.
I wonder if I wonder if this is like a local.
Do you have her number?
Well, it's on my voicemail. You know where it's like
calls missed
message from that, and it was not. You know what? It was not a local area code. It was like voicemail message from like 424. You know.
Also,
I think that might be L.A. area. How
she sounds elderly. She probably just misdialed.
How do you make such a mistake?
Because she misdialed.
Right.
You misdialed yesterday, calling your brother.
All right.
I mean, every voicemail now is.
And I'm not 90.
Every voicemail is just like, you've reached the voicemail for it, and you give a number. You know, I call you and you don't pick up. I don't know that it's your line.
Right.
You know, it just gives the number.
Oh, you must call her.
I'm not even sure who's dying.
I'll call her.
Is it Ellen or Helen?
Helen.
Or is it Margaret?
I got Margaret and Helen.
I
got Amelia, Emily. I got all.
Who leaves a preemptive warning message? Or
that's what it is. It's like this is like a before you die call.
But who says we are all born to die in the message?
I don't know.
Well, you know what MJ says. None of us is getting out of here alive, Michelle.
None of us are.
We're not getting out of this alive.
Okay, hey,
All
MJ,
right.
you're right.
Yeah.
We're all going to kick the bucket someday. But, MJ, if I'm on my deathbed,
Yeah.
are you going to call me and say, hey, Fester, it's MJ, we're all born to die?
Maybe.
See you later. Bye,
So
Clint.
that's voicemail number 1. All right. This is a new segment. Fun with MJ's voicemails. All right. Then, what the hell is this? They've called me like 5 times now, and it sounds like are they trying to collect money? Here, listen to the first one. They're looking for a guy named, I think, Waylon D. Nelson. And I don't know if it's D. Nelson or if it's like middle initial D.
What?
All right, listen to this. Has anyone gotten this? I almost want to call the number back and see what the hell the story is here. All right, listen to this one. Just got a number of these voicemails in the last couple of days.
This call is to notify Waylon D. Nelson that this is our final attempt to serve you a notice of action regarding to an investigation against you. For more details on the case or to change its active service status, please call us back at 888-609-9452. That number again is 888-609-9452. Failure to contact them immediately will result in further legal action against you.
Hi, what is that? Then I get another call. It's the same droning turd guy, but then he leaves a different number.
Was he looking for Kenny Rogers this time?
All right, so I said to pull 2. So Andrew, I said to pull 2. All right, so that's 1.
Do we have the other one?
Give me a second one.
I will say.
I said I didn't need a third. I said I wanted 2. So then I'm going to call the number here. I mean, what do you think, Michelle? Do you have any? What would your guess be? What is that about? Legal action, looking for Waylon D. Nelson or whatever the hell it is.
No idea.
This is probably a scam where, hey, you have parking tickets, or hey, there's going to be an action against you, or this is a collections. We're about to take you to court unless you pay $200 or whatever, and they take a credit card over the phone and scam you.
The first thing, obviously, that comes to mind is that, it's just a phishing scam of some sort. Listen, we've been talking about these for years. That's the first thing. But, mentioning a specific name, if they were phishing,
Did somebody named Waylon fill something out with your number on it?
Well, I'm not. Who knows? I'm not Waylon. I'm not going to be inclined to call back. I'm only doing this because I do a radio show and I think it's semi-interesting content.
Well, I will say Waylon Nelson both.
Oh, there's
names.
a whole. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did you find something, Michelle?
Yeah, there's a whole story on it.
Oh, hold on. What did you find?
Go
ahead. Look at this. This is why I have on-the-fly researcher and lawyer Michelle and wife in the studio.
It looks like people are getting texts from that phone number, but but the message is this call is to notify blank that this is our second attempt to be made to serve you a notice of action pertaining to an investigation being finalized against you. For further details on the case or to change all the same stuff that you just said.
Yeah, I'm not spooked at all by this. I'm
sheriff in. Where is this? Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Ludlow, Massachusetts says, do not click on that text message.
But I don't have a text. It's a voicemail.
Well, you got the voice. Do not call back.
But where does it go?
I'm going to call. I want to call back. I want to know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, we're Waylon Nelson.
I'll call him right now. You invade my voicemail. I'm calling you back.
The sheriff's office says it's a latest scheme preying on fear and urgency and will demand money to resolve issues such as missed court appearances, jury duty, or to avoid arrest.
The legal department. We have matched your caller ID to a file under the name. If this is, please press 1 to be connected to a legal assistant now. If this is not you, please press 2 to have your number removed from our system.
I'm pressing 1.
Thank you for confirming. In order to confirm your identity, please enter the last 4 digits of your social security number.
Oh, definitely 8521.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that information did not match our record. Please try again.
Okay. How about 9896?
Please try your call again later.
Ooh.
Oh,
I thought they would have taken you no matter what.
What the hell?
Wow.
It might be a little too early.
What? I'm calling back. Hang on a minute. 1-888-609-9452.
You have reached the legal department. We have matched your caller ID to a file under the name. If this is, please press 1 to be connected to a legal assistant now.
All right.
If this is not you, please press 2 to have your number removed from our system.
1, that's me.
Thank you for confirming.
Yep.
In order to confirm your identity, please enter the last 4 digits of your social security number.
4732.
Unfortunately, that information did not match our records. Please try again.
What? If they're trying to mass scam people, what's going on here? How about 5569?
Please try your call again
Son
later.
of a bitch!
They're not putting up with you.
They're not. I want to get some foreign boiler room on the phone so I can run them in freaking circles.
Yeah, so
live on the air.
Everything with that number, 888-609-9452.
Outside of any FCC rules.
Yeah.
For putting people on the air without their permission.
You can put people in other countries on the air, right? There's this different jurisdiction.
Hang on. Here's the second voicemail. It's the same droning guy.
What does he say?
Looking for Waylon Jennings over here. What's the
Waylon
guy's
Nelson. It's like Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson had a baby.
Yeah.
All right. So here's that. It's the same message essentially, but a different phone number now. Listen.
This call is to notify Waylon E. Nelson that this is our final attempt to serve you a notice of action regarding to an investigation against you. For more details on the case or to change its active service status, please call us back at 888-579-1718. That number again is 888-579-1718. Failure to contact them immediately will result in further legal action against you.
Oh, I'm shaking in my boots.
Well,
further
should.
legal. So the other number was 888-609. This is 888-579. All right, let me try this one. Let me see if it's the same result. 1-888-579-1718. All right, here we go.
You have reached the legal department.
All right, same
we
thing.
have matched your caller ID to a file under the name. If this is, please press 1
It's Waylon Jennings.
to a legal assistant now. If this is not you.
All right, 1. Okay, now. Oh, wait a minute.
Unfortunately, all of our legal representatives are busy handling other calls.
Oh.
Please leave your name, number, and a brief message after the beep, and we will return your call in the order
this
that
is
it was
it's
received.
different now.
Thank you.
This is Waylon Jennings. So what's going on here?
That number is identified as a scam.
Yeah, well, listen, obviously these are scams. But yeah, fun with MJ's voicemail. Yeah, but I will call the old lady back and what if the woman's already passed on?
Stop.
When did you get that call?
While I was scuba diving in the Philippines.
So we're hoping that the old lady held on for another 3-4 weeks.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sorry.
I still don't figure that first call out. I don't know who's dying. I don't know who's I don't know why she would say those things.
Next here on the MJ Morning Show, 104.7 FM. It's the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Remember, Q105 is 104.7 FM. And when you get to the office, you don't have to stop listening, folks. So if you're listening to us in the car, wherever you're going and you're going in somewhere, you can keep listening to us on our app. Download the Q10. It's the My Q105 Tampa Bay app. Find it in the App Store. And you can listen to us live on your phone. We're also on the iHeart app, even though we're not an iHeart station. We're on the TuneIn app. We're on the Odyssey app. You can go to work and on your desktop computer, just go to mjmorningshow.com. Upper right-hand corner, there's a red button that says Listen Live. You can listen on your laptop or your desktop right now through your computer speakers. And then, of course, after you're at work and you're listening to the rest of the MJ Morning Show, you can listen to Q105 music all day long, which you'll love. How about that? And then the Cash Kitty's coming back on Monday with your chance to win $1,000 like 5 times a day. All right? So Cash Kitty's coming back. Hey, what about the road rage deal? Fester, I know you saw this because you sent me this link, and I've seen it already. Does this schmuck in the Mercedes in Polk County not realize that, every truck these days has, a dash cam?
Everyone.
I mean, come on. Every single tractor-trailer driver is rocking a dash cam these days. And tons of cars have dash cams these days.
I don't understand why people think they can give a hard time to truck drivers, who, for the most part, I think are pretty responsible and keeping their eyes on the road and their mind on their load.
Yeah, I like that. So this guy's just a bonehead. A man has been arrested by Polk County deputies who say they pointed a gun during a road rage incident last Friday in Polk County. You know, let me text Grady Judd on this. Let me see if Grady's available. Grady Judd, here we go. Let me just do a voice to text. That's just going to be easier here. Hold on a minute. And voice. Hi, Sheriff. MJ Morning Show. Can we call you quickly on the road rage where the guy pulled the gun? Question mark. All right, let me send it off to the sheriff. Let me see if we can call him. Usually, what are you laughing at?
The mugshot.
Oh, yeah. This guy's just, and he's driving like a nice, expensive Mercedes-Benz. What's the matter with this guy? So the Polk County Sheriff's Office said that Camden Davis, 22, was driving a white Mercedes on State Road 37. This is last Friday at 2 p.m. The Mercedes then passed a work truck that turned from Dean Street, and then brake checked the vehicle. That's dangerous. The Polk County Sheriff's Office said that as the two vehicles passed again, Davis pointed a handgun.
Yeah, stuck the gun right out the window.
At the two, looking backward and holding the gun like sideways gangsta style, you know? And then yells, "I'm going to blow your brains out," and then sped off. All captured on dash cam, on video. Was it dash cam or did they just pull out a cell phone?
No, this is the dash cam is running long before the interaction with the white Mercedes.
Yeah, because there were two men in the truck. Maybe somebody did record it on their phone, but folks, all trucks these days, your long haul over the road guys, your local, almost all these trucks have a dash cam.
Yeah, look how steady this is. Here's where he pulls out from Dean Road.
Yeah, I got you. Onto State Road 37. I think I've been at that exact intersection before.
Yep.
Yes, I have.
At the MJ intersection.
Yep. The truck's dash cam captured the incident. Yeah.
I mean, good job with the work truck not engaging him for...
A Polk County Sheriff's Office detective identified Davis as the Mercedes driver. While at Davis's home in Mulberry, he told the detective that the truck cut him off, so he honked his horn. Yeah. Failed to mention that he pulled out a gun. I guess they have it on video. You pulling out the freaking gun.
I'm a pretty avid horn honker.
The detective then showed Davis a still shot taken from the video, which showed him pointing a gun out the window. Oops. Oopsies. Guess you got me. Yeah. Davis was arrested, and a black Taurus pistol was recovered from his home, charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Yeah, he's in trouble. Don't do this kind of thing. The road rage pulling a gun. What is this moron thinking? Also, what's a 22-year-old driving a nice new Mercedes-Benz like that?
Came in with a gun, and the guy just gave it to him. He stole it. Yeah, there's no way to start life, young man.
Yeah. Punk. All the kids with the pumped-up kicks better run, you know? Outrun my bullet. That's enough of that. Anyway, I don't understand that. Have you seen that there's a trend where men are getting this like boy bob hairstyle?
Like the old Justin Bieber hairstyle? What does it look like?
No.
It's a boy bob. Go bring it up.
Boy bob.
I'm not. Listen, I'm just reporting stuff that I see.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a 90s inspired boy band hairdo, which is, I guess, called a boy bob. And it's kind of like the female bob, but on a guy. For whatever reason, it's it's making a comeback. That
it's like neck length hair that's kind of combed over to the side. Is this it? Is this the
Are you saying that girls are getting it or that guys are getting it?
No, guys. Why men are getting the controversial 90s inspired boy bob hairstyle now? Why are they doing this?
Is this haircut normally attributed to adolescents? Teenagers? I
think it's attributed to Goofy. I don't know.
It's kind of like that, when you have like long flowy hair, but it kind of cuts off right in mid neck.
Listen to this. This year, it's all about the bob. We'll talk to Bob. But the hairstyle isn't just for women. Although it's been a hit with stars like Selena Gomez and Keira Knightley, or Keira Knightley, instead of the 90s-inspired boy band hairdo, it's all the rage now with Gen Z and millennial men.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you seen anybody fester?
No.
No, I haven't either. I think this person just created content. I call it fester, like you said. People trying to create content.
There's
this person,
so much content out there that's being created. I mean, we talk about people feel this way, people feel that way. No, one person wrote a post and we're talking about it.
All right, so we had the gas station creepy story earlier.
Yes.
Last hour, we have the gas station creepy story where this woman goes to an Exxon convenience store. This is in Texas. And then notices there's like an electronic magnetic lock on the outside, thinking that if she goes in, they can just lock her in. Right? And that was creepy story number one. You ready for creepy story number two? This is at Wendy's.
Dude, I love me a good Wendy's, man.
You know what? The Wendy's double cheese, man, that's a good fast food burger. You know, I've always thought that as far as the fast food burger, if you look at McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King, the big three of the fast, I think that for me, hands down, Wendy's is the closest to like a homemade, fresh, juicy burger.
Oh man, I'm on the fence, but
well,
which one would you prefer?
I mean, you know, maybe the Baconator is excellent.
Fester likes the Baconator. Michelle loves the song I'm singing. She's about to kick me right in the nuts. Your way, have it your way. Michelle is glaring. She wants to murder me because she hates this song.
Kick MJ in the nuts. All right,
just
Frosty,
spit out your burger thing so I can get back.
No, the Frosty puts it over the top for me.
A
Baconator with the Frosty, with the chocolate
But
Frosty.
I thought you liked Burger King as well.
Burger King is an excellent burger.
Which is the Burger King one you like?
I like all of them, but
for me, you know what?
The double Whopper with cheese.
Just give me a nice dripping El Cap right down the street on 4th. All right.
Whatever.
All right, so let me give you the Wendy's creepy story. Customers are outraged. Why? A new rule requiring employees to Wendy's or at Wendy's to hand their phones to the managers before using the bathroom. What? Customers outraged. New rule requiring employees at Wendy's to hand their phones to managers before using the bathroom. What?
So the customers are outraged for the employees?
It seems that way. The existence of the rule has emerged after a worker at a Florida Wendy's posted on social media that it emerged that it applies nationally to all 6,000 locations. But the employees... they're going to Reddit to discuss this?
So here's the deal. I mean, listen, every employee is entitled to a bathroom break, but if you bring your phone in there, suddenly it's a 20-minute scroll session.
Well, why would you be... Is that why? Just to limit their bathroom break so you're not like,
Okay, so a bathroom break, a normal bathroom break, how long is it? 5 minutes?
Well, it depends on whether it's a 1 or a 2.
It depends what you got going on. Let's say you're doing the whole...
Depends on whether it's a quick 2 or a prolonged 2.
Let's say it's a medium.
Sometimes things are working, sometimes they're not.
Okay, medium 2, like I said. How long?
All right.
8 minutes?
No.
6 minutes?
4.5, 5 minutes.
Right. Now you give that person their phone.
All right. Turns into a 30-minute bathroom break.
Where were you? Oh, I was on my phone. I was in the pod. I was in the bathroom break. Hey, you left at 12:30. Now it's 1:15.
So Wendy's employees are discussing this on a Reddit thread. Listen to this. I just feel very weird about this rule and feel like it's an overstep of boundaries on their part, the employee wrote in a March 30th post. They claimed the rule was introduced by a new district manager only enforced when the general manager is present. All of my shift managers know this is dumb. Oh, hang on a sec. Grady Judd's calling.
Okay.
Hello, Sheriff. Can I call you back on the studio live hotline? All right, I'm going to call you right back in a second. Be right there. All right, so that's Sheriff Grady Judd. Yep. All right, so this is so. Listen, there's even a note that is put up, I guess, in the back, and I'll hold this up. When using bathroom, you have to leave your phone with the manager.
Yeah,
and there's a handwritten sign.
I don't think this is a terribly well thought out plan, but I understand why they're trying to do it.
This is nuts. A few commenters suggested the worker leave the phone in their locker, hide it, or give the manager a decoy. Oh, have a
spare phone.
Well, listen, we had all those old phones we gave the kids to play with. Remember that?
Yeah. But it's a thing. They have it in their employee manual. They don't want the employees using the phones where customers can see it. So it's something to do with that because I found a story from like 2022 that addresses it as well. All righty.
Let me get the
sheriff.
Let me get the sheriff back on the phone here. Let's see. Hang on a minute. 863. All right, calling Sheriff Judd. We were just talking about the story out in Polk County where this guy points a gun.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sheriff Grady Judd from Polk County. We were just talking about the nut job that was caught on dash cam pointing his gun sideways gangster style at the two guys in the truck and threatening to blow their brains out.
You know, there's things you just can't make up. Now, you know, in this day and age, you can't pass gas without somebody having it video recorded.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
I mean, you ought to know that.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is recorded, and then he says, "Well, the car tried to run me off the road."
Yep.
Or the truck did. Well, no, the truck didn't because we got a video of that too. So we called his wife. Because we had a tag number. Can we talk to our suspect? Well, he's not here. He's someplace over around Polk County on his way back.
By the way, suspect's name is Camden Davis, 22 years old.
So how did that work for him, you know?
Yeah, not very well. And, you know, we just had the conversation that, Sheriff, virtually every truck and tractor trailer these days, whether it's a long haul over the road or a local, they all have dash cams these days.
Well, of course they do. And there is cameras that catch the road on private businesses. So you cannot do anything and drive down the road without some camera someplace recording your vehicle.
Yeah, look at the number of cases. You know, the cases that are solved because you know law enforcement agents, dozens of surveillance videos along, and they've been able to solve cases and put the whole thing together.
Well, we did an in-depth investigation, and we determined that Camden had 5 brain cells.
Yes.
And 3 of them weren't working.
I mean, just how dangerous is that for him to be hanging out the window, waving a gun maniacally,
looking backward
while he's driving?
Also, did you see he sort of goes in? He kind of crosses lanes.
Yeah.
I would hit him with unsafe lane change as well.
Yes.
Do you know we loaded him up, and we call this a learning moment for him.
Jeez, I tell you what, there are a lot of learning moments in Polk County, Sheriff, and you guys have some of the craziest cases out there.
You know, we just enjoy putting people in jail that need to go to jail.
Yeah.
And he made up a big portion of our excitement that day.
You know what? I got a great new slogan for you. I'm Sheriff Grady Judd. We'll leave the light on for you.
I love it.
Sheriff, have you ever had somebody that your agency has arrested reach out to you years later and thank you for setting him straight? I mean, this kid here, Camden, I mean, he's a young man. He's 22 years old. I do not feel like he's a lost cause yet. However, he's starting down a bad path. But this might set him straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most people that we interact with doing dumb stuff like that, we're just angry and mad. They're not what you call real hardcore criminals. They just let their emotions get control of their better sense for a moment in time. So, yes, I've had a lot of people get out of jail and say, hey, you sent me to prison. Can I have my picture with you? I go, sure.
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable. Hey, Sheriff, before I let you go, I thought it was a very, very touching moment. I just wanted to follow up on you deputizing DJ Daniel, the 13-year-old boy that has had a rough life so far with brain surgeries, brain cancer. He was first brought to the national spotlight at it's not the State of the Union, but it's the presidential address that happened.
The address.
Yeah, and he was made an honorary member of the U.S. Secret Service, and it's DJ's hope to be deputized by so many agencies that he is a Guinness World Record holder, and he came to Polk County, and I saw the video and the pictures of you swearing him in.
You know, it was my honor to do that, and I learned about DJ. And you know what made me angry? What made me so mad I wanted to chew the bark off of trees? When they introduced him, now this is a 13-year-old child that's had 13 brain surgeries.
Yep.
He's got terminal brain cancer. And that group of Democrats didn't even stand up for the child. Now, look, you can hate each other politically. You can disagree with policy. But that's way, way over the line when you can't respect a child.
Yeah, this is bipartisan. You just that should have nothing to do with politics whatsoever.
It showed a total lack of class, and for whoever didn't stand up, I don't care which party it was, if they didn't stand up, shame on you.
Anyway, you did a great thing, and many other law enforcement agencies around the country are doing the same. Sheriff Grady Judd, always a pleasure to have you on the MJ Morning Show.
Thank you, MJ. We're going to get him to 1,000 agencies, and we're going to do that quick. We've referred several others to him, so it's a happening thing.
Awesome. Thank you, Sheriff. Talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Y'all have a good day. God bless you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Bye-bye. All right. How old do you think Mory Povich is?
Oh, he's old, I bet you.
88.
You know, Michelle, you're close.
What?
But Price is Right rules if we were playing the mountain climber game. You would have gone over.
I feel like Mory Povich was an old man as he sat at the edge of the couch.
Let me give
telling people you are not the father.
Yeah, let me give Michelle the Bob Barker shove and say there are more pricing games coming up next. Yeah, but you get to spin the big dumb wheel though. All right.
Yeah, I feel like Mory Povich has been old since the day I first saw him on TV.
So Michelle guessed that Mory Povich is 88. No, Michelle, Mory Povich is 86. Ooh, remember that? Or do you remember?
You are not the father.
Or
you are the father.
How does he not put that on his tombstone?
What? You are not the father?
I am not the father.
Yeah, I am not your father.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, Mory Povich is 86.
He was married to
Connie Chung.
Yeah.
And in fact, to me, this sounds like Connie Chung. That's
right. I want my wife's name.
It was the Ka-Chung or the Connie Chung, the Ka-Chung. Yeah, so Connie Chung is 78, but guess what? The reason why I'm bringing this up, you want to know what the current affair is with Connie and Mory?
No.
They're still they're still doing it. Yep.
He has sex like 5 times a week.
Well, Sunday Fun Day. They go to Pound Town on Sundays.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Former talk show host Mory Povich has revealed that he and Connie Chung get naughty on every Sunday.
Like it's an appointment?
They
make time for each other.
No which way but Sunday, right? Povich and Chung been married since 1984. Yeah, spilled the details on the first episode of his podcast, On Par with Mory Povich. I wonder if he uses that noise. He should. He should use that noise on the podcast. I wonder if on the podcast he's going to say,
"You are the father."
Listen, Mory Povich, man, starting a podcast at 86 years old.
Yeah, how about that?
Talking about hitting it up with old Connie.
Let me take a moment here, and Michelle and I saw this story last night. What was it, on NBC Nightly News? The story of Mary Kate Cornett, the college student out of Texas that had the horrific internet rumors spread about her. Michelle, you watched this last night with me.
Yeah, it was a little convoluted. I wasn't really sure.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who's she?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't hear about the story, and we actually, I mean, you guys do a lot of research for the show. When did it happen? Earlier this year.
Yeah.
So, and I don't recall you guys ever doing the story.
So we did not. So I was not aware of this, but recently I've seen the stories about this internet rumor that is like totally bulldozed this college freshman. And then what really caught my attention earlier this week was when Pat McAfee, the sports host, from ESPN, that he's being dragged into this because he brought the story up. Did not mention her name, but what is the rumor? What is this horrific rumor that this college freshman at Ole Miss, what is she being accused of? Well, it's very simple, and it's gross. She is being accused of having a sexual relationship with her boyfriend's father. And it is completely false. It is completely made up. It was some kind of rumor floating around, and then somehow Ole Miss was tied to it, and then they just found her picture and made her the face of the rumor just randomly. Somebody did this?
So is she
or
she's
maybe
an Ole Miss student?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how Ole Miss got roped into it.
Yeah, exactly.
She goes to the University of Mississippi.
Yes. It's Mary Kate Cornett, and she's fighting back. I have some audio from an NBC Nightly News interview with Lester Holt last night, and she has become like this internet pariah after this claim on social media that she was sleeping with her boyfriend's father, and it took off like a rocket. It spread like wildfire. Even discussed on Pat McAfee's show.
So it's not Pat's fault.
Well,
he's talking about things in the news. Oh, I don't know. We do that. I mean, listen, he has a show. He's talking about things that are trending. It's not his job to.
She does a sit-down interview. What was his name? Tom Yamas, who is going to be taking over for Lester Holt because Lester Holt is set to retire later this summer. So they had a whole feature on this young woman on NBC Nightly News last night. So I've got some audio I want to play. And this is this young woman. This is Mary Kate Cornett. And I feel bad that she's being dragged through this mess.
Having the entire internet, half of the country hating you and calling you disgusting things, telling you to kill yourself, telling you that you're a horrible person, that you deserve to die, that's a really hard thing for a girl to go through.
Do you know why the rumor started?
No clue. No clue. I had zero knowledge of this.
This disgusting rumor was a top trending topic on Twitter?
Within 2.5 hours. Later that night, around 7 p.m., I was #1 trending in the United States. I was having thousands of calls come through, thousands of texts coming through, calling me a whore, calling me a slut, telling me I deserve to die.
All because of an internet rumor.
All because of an internet rumor that has zero truth to it. Zero.
Nothing. Totally made up. Fester, you're trying to say something. Go ahead.
No, I'm just looking at
now we got a space.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the
genesis?
Well, what did McAfee say about it?
McAfee brought it up. He had a panel of guests, and apparently he brought it up, did not mention her name, but was talking about the story about the Ole Miss student who was sleeping with her boyfriend's father. And it's totally false.
Okay.
She's a very attractive freshman blonde.
She's a beautiful young woman.
Yeah, and Michelle, your thoughts, please.
I think that, she says it's random. She doesn't know who started it. There's always a genesis and a why, right? So they have filed a police report. I can't find it. TMZ is supposed to have it. There are more details there. But nobody just, randomly picks somebody to, I think, not out, but falsely out of this type of activity, right? Who started it? There is a genesis.
I wonder if they can ever figure out if forensically they can find out where it was first posted. I don't know whether there are subpoena potentials or just the amount of internet detective work that just people do.
Right.
You hear about these stories where, and then so-and-so went to work, a nursing student from so-and-so became an internet sleuth and uncovered this. You hear those stories.
Well, we have Snopes. I mean, Snopes goes back and,
debunks.
Right, debunks a lot of, mythical crap that comes out on the internet.
If it's true
so,
or not.
Right. So there is somewhere that this started, right? And if you find out who that is, who started it, who placed that first story, who connected her to that story. I think what happened was that the story came out first, that there was an Ole Miss girl who was sleeping with her boyfriend's father.
Yeah, but then...
And then, that's what I'm saying, but then somehow somebody decided to say that it was her.
Let's make it Mary Kate Cornett.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that somebody, right, is somebody who doesn't like her.
Or it could be a guy that
could
she
be a guy.
turned down for a date.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right, here's the second clip.
I'm not a public figure that you can go talk about on your show to get more views. I don't think that these boys realize what they're doing to people.
Oof.
It's awful. It's awful. And having your life ruined by people who have no idea who you are is the worst feeling in the world. It makes you feel so alone. This has affected me in such an awful way and has practically ruined my life.
All right. We all feel bad for her.
I do. And
Yeah,
you know what?
absolutely.
And she's well-spoken. She seems intelligent. She's a good-looking girl.
Well, if she seemed dumb, it'd be appropriate. I mean, what do you think?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just
that's what it
I'm
sounded
offering
like.
some
I mean,
commentary.
what, if she didn't master the English language, like, I are upset. And you're like, wait, hold on a second.
Anyway, will they ever discover who did this? And, she might have some legal recourse.
I wouldn't be surprised, MJ, if you see her on the Pat McAfee show in the next couple of days, just to make it right. He's not out to get her.
No.
He's just talking about a story in the news.
Well, we'll see where that goes. If maybe will they file a suit against ESPN? Is there an angle there? Who knows?
Good luck.
Or Pat McAfee. Hey, I want to bring on Jennifer James.
Okay.
And Jennifer James is part of a local organization called Mind Over Matter of Hillsborough. And this is where they're looking to feed kids that otherwise have issues. Jennifer, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. And I heard about your operation here, and I thought it just deserved a mention and some airtime.
Well, good morning. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so Mind Over Matter, it's a nonprofit, and it's dedicated to mentorship, support, social services of youth, young adults, underserved communities here in the Tampa Bay area. And one of the largest programs that you do, aside from the other things that I just mentioned, is you put together food packs. And if I'm not mistaken, Thursday nights are when you do it, so that would be tonight, right?
That is correct. Yeah, and we're up to 655 kids across 10 schools, a domestic violence shelter, one of the small shelters, and then one of the after-school county programs in Progress Village. So It's a lot. It's a lot of kids.
All right,
There's a big need.
so you're putting together these food packs, and every Thursday night from 6 to 8, you put these packs together at the Hillsborough United Methodist Church. So if somebody wants to stop by and volunteer tonight, they can?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we would love it.
Well, Jennifer, I have 2 volunteers that are coming tonight.
Are you serious?
Me and Chloe.
You are so awesome. Are you really?
Yeah, I
Yay.
texted her the minute MJ said he was going to talk about this, and I said, "Hey, do you want to go pack some meals for kids tonight?" And I texted her the link to your organization. She was like, "Yep, let's go."
So I thought that was great.
Awesome.
So Chloe and I might try to stop by as well. But definitely Chloe and Michelle will be there tonight. Listen, your organization is funded by donations and community support. What can our listeners do if they want to donate? Where can they donate? Or they can just come to the church and volunteer tonight. But I'm sure there are other volunteer opportunities for the other areas of mentorship and support and social services. So how do people get a hold of you and your organization?
Yeah, if they go to the website, mindovermatterinc.com, or we are very heavy on Facebook on both the Mind Over Matter page and the Food Packs for Kids page. On the Food Packs for Kids page, we have our Amazon wish list that gets everything that we, would love to have for the food packs. That's all on there. They can just buy it, and it comes directly to us. The PayPal links are on there, Cash App, Venmo, everything is all on there posted, so they can find all the information there as well as message us that way. Email address is mindovermatterhillsborough@gmail.com, so super easy and available to reach us.
But if folks just Google, if people are driving now, they can just Google Mind Over Matter of Hillsborough Inc., and it should come up,
Yes.
right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, awesome. All right, Jen, great to have you on, and we'll obviously talk to you again on the show in the future.
Well, I'm going to see her tonight.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And
Yay,
I guess
Michelle, see you later.
Michelle and Chloe will see you later on. If you want to stop by, it's Hillsborough United Methodist Church, 6 to 8 p.m. tonight to pack food packs for 655 kids. Jen, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
You bet. All right, when we get back, the blind psychic lady that is making all kinds of dire predictions. So we got to talk about this blind psychic lady. I don't know what the heck's going on here. And then we got another rip-off story of tarot card readers ripping people off. Michelle, you're going to love this. $690 flip-flops. And then, hang on. And then we've got to morph into the flip-flop job interview story. All right, hold on. Hold on. All next, MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. A loop here in just a second. First, though, did you have the information up on that blind psychic that you were looking up, this Baba Vanga?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not Baba Booey. It's Baba Vanga.
Yeah.
All right, so I stumbled across this story, and it was in the New York Post. And the headline was Blind Psychic Baba Vanga's latest predictions came true. And more of her shocking 2025 prophecies see a dire future. You ever notice that all these, it's all bad stuff. All these, and they pick like all natural disasters that have happened since the beginning of time. There's going to be a big earthquake. Oh, she predicted the Burma, Myanmar, earthquake. What was it? Not Singapore, but Thailand. She predicted the Bangkok building. Get out of here! All right, so let me give you a little background here. Baba Vanga, known as Vangelia Pandiva Gushtarova, was a blind Bulgarian psychic.
Okay.
Widely known for her alleged powers of precognition. Get out of here. So
I've never heard of her.
I have. And I've seen her picture because she's all like squinty and it's like
She's not squinty.
Well,
I think there's her eyes are like,
I think they're sewn shut.
yeah,
Or
something to that effect.
Something's going on
If
there.
you sew your eyes shut, Michelle, by definition, you would be squinty.
All right, so
He's not wrong, all right? I don't nitpick everything on the man.
Listen to this. It's only April, which means that a lot can still happen in 2025. And unfortunately for us, it seems that Vanga predicted a few eye-opening things to happen to the world this year. According to the Daily Mail, although she passed away in 1996, the mystic healer predicted major world events that came true, including 9/11. It's like, it's all this vague stuff that people then, she predicted that with some vagary. Oh, she predicted Princess Diana's death. Did she predict the fact that all the idiots that were collecting Beanie Babies were going to lose their ass?
Yes. She actually said something about that.
Did she?
Don't invest everything in the Beanie Babies.
She predicted the rise of China. 2025 was not excluded from the blind mystic's frightening predictions. She forecasted that 2025 would bring shattering earthquakes. There are shattering earthquakes every single year somewhere on the planet since the beginning of time.
Yes, I see an earthquake coming to very bad. The buildings go down and the earth, they shake.
Specifically,
Yes.
she predicted Princess Diana's death.
I just mentioned
Yes.
that. How? Tell me how she predicted her
I
death.
predict Michelle will repeat what MJ said 30 seconds ago.
She predict. Okay, keep going.
You just made Michelle angry.
No.
All right,
No.
okay, all right,
I've got one coming up.
Miss Jan, I have another prediction. Please go.
I've got one that was. Keep going.
Other 2025 Vanga predictions include a war breaking out in Europe and a worldwide economic disaster. We'll see what happens when the stock market opens up in 25 minutes with all the tariffs.
Yes, the tariffs. I see the tariffs. The 2035.
What's going to happen with the tariffs? Are car prices going to go up?
Some prices go up, some prices go down.
No, none are going down. Right.
It's a thing.
Yeah. She also claimed that the downfall of humanity would begin in 2025.
Yes.
With the world officially ending in 5079. Yeah, it's a while off.
5079, maybe 5080. I'm not too sure.
All right, listen to this. Out of all of her predictions, she was spot on about the earthquakes so far. What?
Yes.
A 7.7 magnitude earthquake hit Burma or Myanmar and parts of Thailand. But she didn't say on March 28th a 7. A great earthquake will kill people in 2025.
Yes.
All right, Michelle, where are these things? Where are her predictions? I asked Michelle to do some reconnaissance. Where are this blind, mystic, psychic? Where are her predictions recorded?
Nowhere.
Exactly.
There's no written record of her alleged predictions, but her followers frequently attribute predictions to her.
I would like to make a prediction right now.
Yes, Vanga Banga.
Sometime in 2025,
yes,
McDonald's will bring back
the McRib.
I'm sorry.
Her name is Baba Vanga.
Yes.
You know, she needs a theme song. Oh, it's the Vanga Boys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the blind Vanga. Here we go. This is now her
song.
And you know what? She looks like that dancing guy from the Six Flags commercial. You know?
So his eyes shut. Yeah, she looks just like him.
I've got to predict doom and gloom. La 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 la. Everyone's gonna die. Earthquakes. La la da 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 da. All right. So Michelle, nowhere are her predictions actually recorded.
No.
So what crap happens, and then her followers say, "Oh, she predicted that." Just what, pulling it out of their asses?
Yeah. It appears that dust flew in her eyes from a volcanic eruption,
Yes.
and that's why she's blind.
Well, hold it. Dust from a volcanic. Wait a minute.
You know, they say
Wait, hold on. Where's she from?
Bulgaria.
I'm sorry, a tornado.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, I don't think there are any volcanoes in Bulgaria.
Or a tornado whipped up dust and pelted her eyes so badly she lost her sight.
Something like that.
This is and people believe this, and I got the New York Post doing rewrites of a Daily Mail story on this garbage.
Right. So here's a couple of her other things that are going to happen.
I have that.
Okay,
I have the list.
All right.
I'm about to get to that. So, would you like to know the other predictions?
No.
This year, 2025, a conflict in Europe will devastate the continent's population.
I mean, she could have predicted that 3 years ago.
Well, Ukraine.
Yeah, right.
2028, humans will begin to explore Venus as an energy source. Does anyone know, did she ever predict anything about Uranus?
I do have a prediction about Uranus.
Tell me about the prediction about Uranus.
When you are there, it is very dark.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Very dark.
All right, 2033, the polar ice caps will melt, raising sea levels to drastic heights worldwide. None of this is recorded. Who's making this crap up? Like National Enquirer stuff. You know, Chinese boy sees through ears. You know, Elvis lives in my toaster. You know, that's. I mean,
all right. What are the crazy
Here we
things?
go. 2076, communism will spread to countries across the world. 2130, humans will make alien contact. 2170, a drought will devastate much of the world. 3005, Earth will go to war with a civilization on Mars. 3797, humans will have to vacate Earth because it's become uninhabitable. And then 5079, the world will end.
She lost her eyesight because a tornado hit her village when she was just 12, and it threw her into the air flinging dust into her eyes.
It was very, very dramatic.
Yes. Did she say, "We've got cows"?
No, that's the alleged event that she
Give me a-
slowly went blind and then she began experiencing these visions.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I did
What a
not-
load of crap.
I did not see the tornado coming, though.
Because she didn't have those powers before the tornado.
No,
An EF3 hit her eyeballs.
I totally missed it.
What the hell? Unbelievable. And then quickly, before we bring on our special guest,
I predict MJ will bring on a special guest.
what is his first name?
Bill.
Thank
I
you. All right.
see a bill.
All right. And then we have this woman accused of stealing thousands from a man during tarot card readings and special spiritual cleansings. Why do people fall for this tarot card crap?
I don't know.
Oh, or I have to purge the evil spirits. You have to give me $25,000 in silver coins. Give me a stack of $100 bills, and we'll make the evil spirits that are weighing down on your house. The pox upon your house will disappear if you give me this load of cash.
I think it's the same people who fall for the phone calls you had on the phone messages you have.
God. Carmen Valdez de Miguel, 67, arrested on charges of organized scheme to defraud grand theft, resisting an officer without violence. The report said the man spoke with a woman, agreed to a tarot card reading for $20. 2 days later, the man went to an apartment and met Valdez de Miguel, who reportedly referred to herself as Maria Rodriguez. Oh, so she had a fake tarot name. That was her stage name. Then, obviously they find all kinds of bad stuff, and to get rid of the evil curses, you got to pay more money. Come on, folks, this is all garbage. If you want to do tarot cards and have these creepy little cartoon figures flipped over on you for entertainment purposes, have at it. But don't hand someone thousands of dollars, for crying out loud. All right. Blind psychic, mystic, would you like to introduce our guest?
I would love to.
No, I didn't say Fester. I said blind mystic.
Apologies. Let me get her.
No, forget it. All right, just do
Hold on.
Fester.
Let me get her.
Okay.
Blind psychic. Yes.
Just
come to the microphone.
All right.
All right. Listen.
Introduce our guest.
So listen. Several weeks
No,
ago.
stop it.
All right, so several weeks ago,
Yeah.
We were talking about something, maybe the Menendez brothers getting out or something, or true crime, and I mentioned how I will watch anything about true crime or serial killers, and I specifically mentioned Scott Peterson case, which I somehow feel some kind of weird tie to. Maybe it's his age. I don't know. Anyway, so I know a lot about that case just by watching it. And then I get this nutcase who sends me a text later in the day, and it says, "Hey Fester, I heard you talk about you follow the Peterson case. I know Scott Peterson," and I'm thinking it's coming over my text line. I write back, "LOL, ha ha ha," thanks for listening. And he goes, "No, I really do." And he goes, I'm a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and I talk with serial killers. And I'm like, okay, this guy's really putting it on thick. And he goes, "No, I have a book about it." So I'm like, great, send me a link. He's like, "Here's the link off of Amazon. I'll bring you an autographed copy." And he has a relationship with people who've committed the most heinous acts in the history of mankind.
Michelle snaked the book. Michelle's got the book in her bag. Hold it up to the camera.
We have the book here.
Yeah, hold it up so Andrew can get a shot.
It's called Watch Me Die.
Yeah. All right, so we got to bring in Bill.
So Bill Kimberlin, author of Watch Me Die, and a doctor, right?
I am.
Of nutcases.
So are you psychologist?
So my doctorate is psychology, correct.
Right.
So I have a bachelor's in criminal justice, sociology,
right.
Master's in counseling, and my PsyD is in psychology.
Gotcha.
Mostly, I guess, let me rephrase that. I started out in the clinical setting and then morphed into the
But the deal
forensics.
is you have the largest collection of serial killer art that's known?
From what I've been told, only because I have thousands and thousands of pieces. So,
So, folks, I revealed this on the show earlier this week because Andrew said something was dropped off. I'm holding this up to MJTV, and I had mentioned John Wayne Gacy, and Bill dropped off at the station a framed picture of one of John Wayne Gacy's creepy clowns, right? And then, and this is a repro, but there is an actual, like a postcard of John Wayne Gacy, which is autographed by his attorneys. So we're gonna hang this John Wayne Gacy clown in the new studio.
Yeah,
Nice.
we were looking at wall space after the show yesterday.
We know exactly where this is going to go. In the new MJ Morning Show studio, we're supposed to be in within 3 weeks. But this is exciting. You brought us an unopened piece of serial killer art. Hang on. Let me put John Wayne Gacy down.
So now, MJ, you think this is cool. This is actually kind of pedestrian for this guy because he says he receives packages from serial killers around the country.
All right, first of all, look at all these stamps. It looks like a serial killer operation here.
No kidding. So where's this one from? Is it from California?
Yeah. So this was addressed to Dr. Bill Kimberlin here in St. Petersburg, and it's from Jason Balcom, number E76013, at CHCF Stockton, California, and it's a makeshift mailer with just brown cardboard taped together, but inside we believe there's artwork that he did behind. So who is this guy?
So Balcom, I believe, because I deal with so many of them, he may have burglarized, raped, and murdered. Broke into a newlywed's home out in Los Angeles.
Oh man!
Brutally raped her, killed her. It was a cold case for a while, and then raped somebody else in the state of Michigan, and then they caught him.
Oh, the DNA maybe? Did they?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm opening up the package right now, and you brought this in. And when did this arrive in the mail?
Just last night.
Oh wow! All right. So I'm opening this thing up.
So this is his latest addition to the collection.
The latest piece of serial killer art that's arrived. Oh my, you're not going to believe this. The guy did a pencil sketch of the band Kiss. What? Oh my God, look at this.
Holy cow.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Gene Hackman. Oh my God. This is a serious. So this is this guy on death row? Or
Yes.
so he's on death row in California.
Correct.
All right, I'm holding this up to MJTV right now. And Ace Frehley and Gene Simmons. I mean, look at this.
That's pretty good pencil work.
He's pencil drawing of the 4 members of Kiss.
We got to get that framed.
Oh, I'm sure Bill wants this.
That's what he wants to have.
Unless you're going to gift this to me.
Well, I have other ones. My guess is, and I haven't read the letter or anything if there's one in there, but my son-in-law, his favorite group is Kiss.
Yeah.
So,
you gotta frame it and give it to him.
Now you're going to take it back. I got to have this.
You gotta have something.
Sure. Write him back and ask him to do another one. I got to have, Bill, can I have this?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
Yes.
you. Oh my God. I want to rock and roll all night. I want to party every day. Look at this.
So this guy, Bascom, was born in 1970s, 54 years old.
This guy he's not just a serial killer, he's a talented artist.
Here's his,
Yes,
okay.
a lot of
Oh
them
my
are.
God.
All right, so MJ,
Wait a minute, is that a trait that serial killers are talented artists?
A lot of them are.
I think they have time on their hands to
Yes.
perfect their skill.
Correct.
I mean, I can't draw for crap, but give me 25 years to
All right.
life,
Now,
I can probably come up with some pretty good stuff.
You are not going to believe this. With Gene Hackman in the news, and of course that grisly scene and what happened to him and his wife out in New Mexico. Are you ready? I'm about to hold this up to him. I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to shoot a video later on. So I will shoot a video with both of them. I got to have this one too.
We want them all. Why don't you go to his house and look at his gallery that he has?
Dude, we can make money with this.
Okay, all right, easy.
Believe me, I know. And believe me, my wife will be happy that you do take it. That's one less thing she has to catalog.
All right, so this is insane. So I'm going to shoot an Instagram video later, and I will post it. But in the meantime, if you're watching MJTV, you're not going to believe this. And there's a letter. I'll read the letter on the air. All right. He drew a pencil sketch of Gene Hackman. Look at this.
That's amazing. I know exactly who it is.
This is unbelievable. I'm holding this up to MJTV right now.
Hey, can we mail the serial killer a picture of MJ for him to doodle up and then he mail it back?
I could do that very easily. Yeah, very easily. He requests that all the time.
Let's Let's have a serial killer do our new MJ Morning Show logo.
Is there another one?
Yeah, like how do these individuals decide who they want to paint or draw or sketch.
I think Gene Hackman has just been in the news lately.
Yeah, so a lot of times they'll do that, especially if anybody dies. So I have them, like when the Queen died,
Right.
And when, anybody, when Prince died, Michael Jackson, I have all of them.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea how many, but I have all of them. So Kobe Bryant, because that's my son's favorite basketball player.
Wow.
So
all right, so this is dated 3/21, so March 21st. Hey, Bill, can I share this?
Please.
All right. Hey, Bill, I hope this letter finds you doing well. I just now got the stamps you sent me. Thank you.
Yeah, they don't have supplies
Right.
there. I mean, you have to send them stamps.
I really hope you like this drawing of Kiss. I liked how it came out. Still on the lookout for the 3 you asked for. This is the
Serial
first.
killers.
What is it?
So I asked him if he could draw me the serial killers like Dahmer, Gacy, Ramirez, people like that.
Really?
Uh-huh. And he's having trouble finding those
Pictures to wow.
Oh, interesting.
This is the first time I've had trouble finding a photo. I'll keep looking. I hope this isn't a bad time to ask you, but if you can please put a $20 JPay and get these for me. So these guys ask for like a little spending money for the commissaries?
So what the JPay is, it'll get them stamps or money for them to make a phone call. So believe it or not, sometimes I average 15, 20 phone calls a day.
Really?
Yeah. And then that does include the emails all the time. Then the letters and then the artwork.
From the prisoners from inside, they're calling you
Correct.
this often.
All the time.
Oh my gosh.
All the time.
Wow. And then there's one more. Number 42.
Jackie Robinson.
It's Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
Wow.
A Jackie Robinson sketch. Baseball player Jackie Robinson, number 42. All right. So, I mean, now, do the feds ever come to you or law enforcement? Do they come and talk to you, or what about like criminologists, like professors from other universities around the country?
So when I'm interviewing them on death row, because this is totally different than when you see the murder belia out there and the people that collect all this stuff just for money.
Right.
I actually go and I sit with them. I eat with them. I drink with them. I've witnessed multiple executions.
Wow.
So I've had last meals with them, everything. So when there's a certain serial killer where they maybe suspect other victims or bodies, I've had the feds ask me if I'd ask certain questions.
And have you been able to help with solving crimes by getting information from some of these serial killers that you speak to?
Yes. So we're currently working on a huge project right now that I can't really talk about a whole lot.
I understand.
But it involves recovering at least 3 other bodies.
Oh, wow. And this is a case or a serial killer that's known?
Yes.
Wow.
And
when do you think it can be made public, what you're doing?
2028.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably by the time your studio's done.
Great.
So there's a lot involved in it. So, once a human remain, whether it's a femur or a tooth, is located, then it's no longer a project. It's a crime scene.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I was mentioning before we came on the air, this was during the last break, that Michelle and I watched this serial killer, not a documentary, not like true crime. This was, an actual fictional series. And it was just incredible.
I think I found it.
And I want to say the guy was like a music artist that then became an actor. Am I right or wrong on that? I can't.
Are you thinking of Blackbird?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen Blackbird?
No, I have not.
All right. You have Netflix, right?
I do.
All right. You've got to watch Blackbird. Blackbird is, what was it, like 6 or 8 episodes, Michelle?
It's a miniseries.
Yeah. Blackbird, number of episodes, 6. 6 hours or so. Blackbird is an American true crime drama miniseries developed by Dennis Lehane based on a 2010 autobiographical novel, In with the Devil, A Fallen Hero, a serial killer, dangerous bargain for redemption, James Keene. James Jimmy Keene. Do you know the name?
No. That's not the killer.
Oh.
Remember, the story was they
What was it?
utilized somebody inside to try to help find
they put
other.
They
right.
put the guy in to befriend the serial killer.
Right. He was already
That's
going to
right.
be in
Yeah,
prison
yeah,
for
yeah,
something
yeah.
else, and
Right.
they said, "Well, good time, help us out, and we'll help you."
Right.
And so they put him next to this guy, hoping he
try
would
to
befriend him,
extract information.
Yes. And so
Gotcha.
he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
trying to help them locate remains.
Folks,
and-
I remember I was blown away on how good this was. Put it on the list. Seriously, watch Blackbird on Netflix. And
I might be kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
wifey will be happy. Her name's Wendy, by the way.
Wifey Wendy?
You live this. I don't know that you're going to be so interested in watching.
She is.
Is she serial killered out at this point?
My kids and her could care less about that.
Seriously, you gotta be over it.
Yeah, I mean, she's a school teacher for 30 years.
Yeah.
My kids are, grown and they've lived it. So
wow.
Yeah, they find nothing fascinating about it.
Hey, Bill, thank you for coming in.
No,
thanks for the John Wayne Gacy.
It's an honor. Yes.
I'm sorry to pilfer these drawings from you, but
you're gonna pilfer everything this guy even shows you.
Yeah, don't bring this
stop
stuff in. I'm
bringing
keeping
stuff in.
I'm keeping it all.
But we do want to find out if somebody's willing to do the pencil sketch of MJ.
I mean,
I
that would be
guarantee that.
fantastic.
I mean, if you
who's
give me
the
a
most
picture.
heinous guy? Does
Yeah,
Scott
who's the-
Peterson do
yeah,
art?
Yeah, I have all of his art, but he is not a very good artist.
No, I want the pencil sketch. This guy's good.
It's not very good at covering his
yes.
tracks either.
So, a lot of them are really good at certain, portraits.
Yeah.
Or, and there's a whole saga about the type of art they do, whether it's dark art or,
And this was Jason
Balcom.
Jason Balcom.
All right. Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate it. 9:26 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, final chunk, I got to talk about the $690 flip-flops. And wait till you hear. We recently heard a story from a friend. Well, we're going to see her actually. Maybe
she's a friend.
I can mention. I can mention. Why can't I mention who it is? Why
Because
can't
I don't want to ruin the other people coming in. No.
Why can't I give her business a plug?
I don't want to taint the pool.
All right, hang on. You got to hear the flip-flop story and the $690 flip-flops that apparently, get out of here. All next and a whole lot more. I got some Val Kilmer update. Tom Cruise, Cher breaking their silence on Val Kilmer. Well, and I got a touchy Cher story, which I don't know if I can really tell. I gotta figure it out. All right, hang on a minute. We've got a very interesting final segment of the MJ Morning Show next here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Yeah, I tell you what, I just totally honed in on this serial killer art, didn't I? I just
Tell you what, man. So anyway, I have some people trying to contact me now, asking if they could have a piece of Bill's collection. And I'm like, listen, moochers, step back.
Right?
I said no.
Yeah,
I
Minnie the Moocher's calling in.
Contact
Yeah.
Bill. I go, don't buy it. I don't know.
All right, $690 flip flops. I heard you say when I teased this earlier. I heard Michelle say, "No thanks."
I already saw the store. Well, I know the designer, the brand. It's the Row.
What the hell is the Row?
Oh, it is hot.
It is described as a minimalist, ultra luxury brand. Is that accurate?
Oh yeah.
The Row.
I'll be getting one of them purses soon.
No, you're not.
Oh yes, I am.
Really?
I've been watching it for a couple years.
So
now.
they've got crappy looking flip flops that you might buy from Walgreens, and they're selling them for $690.
Do you want me to make you really sick?
Yeah. Why don't you make me hurl?
I'm about to make both of you hurl. Do you know who is behind and who started the Row?
Oh no.
Come on. I know you've probably read it.
You want to give me a hint? I did not. I've not seen who's behind the luxury brand, The Row.
Let me see if I can give you a hint. I don't know the theme song to the show that they were on. So
what show? Just what show?
Hold on, they were on?
Uh-huh.
Why?
They were on it because they were twins, so they both played
the Olsen twins.
Yes, bingo.
Full House.
Yes, that's They started this. They started this line several years ago now, and I mean, it is the hottest thing. Like
I've never heard of this. Why? I've never heard you mention it.
It is some ugly stuff. I mean, look at these purses. They look like just woven bags.
It's called The Row. It ought to be called The Ass.
Yes. I've been to their store in New York.
Real?
It's not even on like a main street. It's not on Madison or Fifth. It's like way exclusive. Like
is it like down in like Soho or something?
No.
Or?
It's in the upper
East,
I think.
Like in the 70s?
Yeah,
70s in Madison.
Side street, and it's in a townhome that's been like converted. It's very discreet.
$690 rubber flip flops. Get out!
I'm not buying those.
Here's a pair of leather slides for $13.50.
Oh, get out of here! This, you know what? They're selling crap. What?
I do have a couple of their items. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
what do you mean you have some of their items?
I got a couple of their sweaters.
You've got Olsen twins sweaters?
To be fair, I bought them on sale. That's what I do. I sort of put their stuff in my cart.
How much were the sweaters normally, and how much were they on sale?
They were probably close to like.
No wonder why we're going broke.
No. This was a couple of years ago. They're about $1,000 probably.
What?
Like not on sale. And I just waited, and I said, well, if that goes down, I maybe got it for like $300.
All right, for $690, these are some really good-looking flip-flops.
Yeah, they're good looking.
They're terrible.
They are seriously. These flip-flops look like crap you buy on the beach aisle at Walgreens. I'm telling you.
These are $12.99 Walmart flip-flops.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you. I wouldn't buy.
It's canvas.
I wouldn't pay $700 for a flip flop.
It's not the cheapest flip flop. It has canvas straps on it, but it has that solid foam.
Oh yeah, it's got a foam base. It's got a 3/8 of an inch foam base.
You know who buys that? Lauren Sanchez, because she also buys the Balenciaga coffee mug clutch, right? Like, what is she's going to wear this?
You know who buys this stuff? People that have too much money and no brains.
Yeah,
most of their clothing has
a lot of Botox and filler.
Yeah,
it's a very minimalist,
no pattern on a lot of
quiet
stuff.
luxury is what they call it, Fester.
Yeah,
quiet luxury.
We talked about quiet luxury during the. We talked about what?
Quiet luxury.
We talked about it during that show. Succession.
Succession. Oh, that's right.
I mean, the actors were wearing like, $5,000 ball caps to
Right.
really put off that mogul appearance.
Yeah. Anyway, so $690 flip-flops from the Olsen twins with their brand The Row, R-O-W. Well, got a flip-flop story. Michelle, I should give her a plug. She'd appreciate I'm going to give her a plug.
All right.
So Michelle and I are working out today after the show. So we work out Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay.
We do our circuit training, our resistance training at X-Force Body.
Okay.
And I've been doing it now for over 2 years, which says a lot. And
About them
well,
for
no.
not getting tired of you. I mean, it's really an amazing place.
It says a lot. I'm doing anything for 2 years.
You can
all
have
right?
MJ as a client
Right.
for 2 years.
It's very-
you deserve a medal.
Very few things that I do for let alone 2 months, let alone 2 years.
Maybe you should give this place a
So-
damn key to the city
so,
for putting up with you.
I do like the focus is on the resistance of the training. So after the show today, Michelle and I will do our sessions, and the owner Illy told us a story that she's always looking to hire trainers. So if you're a personal trainer, and if you would like to interview, she needs. The business is growing. It's very busy. It's fantastic. When we're there, they only book like 1 or 2 or 3 people
Per slot.
for the half hour.
Right.
And they have like 3 trainers. Everyone gets their own trainer, but it's not like a jammed up gym. That's why I like it. It's very personal and it's very quiet when you're there, but they're doing very well. So they need trainers. So if you're a personal trainer, call X-Force Body and ask for the owner, Illy.
Yeah.
Because she wants to interview and hire good trainers. So she tells us a story last week that somebody comes in that seems like they're qualified on paper on a resume.
Yep.
And they come in just with beach flip-flops
Okay.
during the interview.
So
no,
what?
No.
So
Unprofessional.
now I took the position similar to yours that, all right, if they're really good, if they're a great trainer,
so
maybe you look past the flip-flops and you have a conversation. It's like, hey, you almost didn't get the job here because you're wearing flip-flops. You shouldn't have come in flip-flops. But I think that maybe they instantly disqualified the person for showing up to a job interview in flip-flops. But what if they were $690 Olsen twins flip-flops?
Well, I don't think Illy would have cared. I think she still would have said flip-flops out.
I have a cousin who does business consulting in Illinois.
Yeah.
And he'll go to every meeting. He doesn't wear anything else but pajama pants.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't care.
Get
and
out of
he's
here. Really?
He's a whiz at what he does.
Well, people appreciate that.
But the same thing with
He's
this
so much
trainer.
of a whiz. He's so in demand. He's such a whiz. He can actually whiz on the boardroom table, and they'll still hire him. I mean, he can whiz on the CEO's desk, and they'll still hire him. He's such a whiz.
The dude wakes up.
Nobody beats the whiz.
The dude wakes up, gets out of his pajamas, and then puts on pajama pants and starts his day. And he'll if we have a lunch, he'll show up in pajama pants.
Well, he's a lucky man.
What kind of pajama pants?
He has 50 pair. He doesn't care. He'll show.
Are we talking like MC Hammer parachute pants?
No, like flannel pants. So those men's pajama pants. So, they're loose, they're comfy, and he'll wear that no matter what. It doesn't matter where the meeting is. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. That's what he's wearing. And he's a genius at what he does with his consulting company.
Does he follow instructions?
I think he makes the instructions. I mean,
there you go.
But the same thing with his trainer. Listen, if he's an excellent trainer, he might give that many spits, and he's like, "Look, this is me. I'm going to train him up."
You know what else? She had somebody contacting her, and she said to them, "Call." She left a message. Da 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 da. Call me when you can. Yada yada yada. That person turned around and texted her. Boot. Not even getting interviewed.
Really?
They can't follow instructions.
All right.
She said, "Call me," and they texted her.
Call. Don't text.
Don't
Call.
text. You want to talk to somebody about a job? You better pick up the phone and call.
All right. Good luck for the search.
All right.
Sounds like a dream job. You're really building this one up.
No.
You make it.
Hey, she gets the best people. Let me tell you.
But she gets great people, great trainers. So if you're a good trainer and you're not going to show up to the job interview in flip-flops, then get a hold of Illy, the owner of. They've got 2 locations. One in South Tampa on Kennedy. It's right next to the Metro Diner and La Segunda. And they have one up in Palm Harbor off of US 19. All right.
You get to work with difficult customers like MJ.
Listen, I'm not a difficult customer. All right. It's 9:42. I got a lot to cram in here because we got to get to our workout. And luckily, we're driving 275 north and not 275 South.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Some accident on the Howard, and it's got traffic backed up through downtown Tampa and all the way back to like Bush Boulevard or some. It's 275 southbound heading towards St. Pete is apparently a bitch on wheels today, literally. All right, so the Amazon. Oh, the market's opened up. Hang on, what's going? Hey, go to just go to Dow. Go to the Dow stock market because go to see where are we here? Dow is down. Oh my God, the Dow is down 1,160 right now.
Oh, it's only 2.75%.
Listen, Dow futures were off 1,000 with the whole tariff crap that came to light with all the tariff stuff yesterday. Dow futures. So the announcement was made by the president after the market closed at 4:00, but then the futures just went haywire, down 1,000. Now Dow's down 1,160. Just go to CNBC. Go to CNBC because I want to see what the
first one.
No. Go to. Hold on a minute. Let me. Go back there. Go back there.
All right, it's the first link right here.
Go back to CNBC and then stop. Let me grab this and just look at the indices on the opening page. I just got to click their logo. Come on, what's going on here? All right, where are we here? Come on, here we go. All right, so the Dow is down 1,120 points. S&P is down 185, and the Nasdaq is down 800. Wow. So we are. Yeah, well, is it a good time to bottom feed or wait till this rattles out? Is there more pain on the way?
Might be a little premature.
When do you get in, or do you just wait a little bit?
I mean, the time might be soon, but I don't know if it's this morning.
All right, speaking of investments, the TikTok deadline. TikTok deadline is Saturday. That it's supposed to be shut off. Trump gave the extension, but it's supposed to be shut off on Saturday if U.S. buyers not found. And, you had Amazon jumped in the game yesterday. So now Amazon allegedly wants to buy TikTok. Why are you waving me off?
I read an article last night, I think in Wall Street Journal, New York Times, said they're not even paying attention to this offer. They don't even consider it real.
All right. So
Are they trying to steal it before the shutoff date?
So, there's a report that Amazon's trying to jump into the TikTok sweepstakes over here. You have... the OnlyFans founder. He's trying to put together a group to buy TikTok, partnering with some cryptocurrency foundation. Blackstone. There've been a bunch of folks that are trying to snag TikTok. But listen, we got a couple of days here to find out what the hell's going to happen. Yeah. And will the Chinese sell TikTok to an American company? That's going to be the question.
Honestly, I have moved most of my twerking videos to Instagram now, so I wouldn't be that distraught.
Well, there you have it. What else? I mentioned Tom Cruise. I mentioned Cher in regard to the death of Val Kilmer, which we heard about yesterday morning. So Tom Cruise cried over the emotional reunion that he had with Val Kilmer in Top Gun before his death because of how bad of a shape that Val Kilmer was in. So Tom Cruise allegedly cried. Cher has broken her silence. I forgot this. Val Kilmer dated Cher.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I remember that. I vaguely remember that. He was was he much younger than her?
Yeah, much younger. And then Val Kilmer dumped Cher. So Cher is paying tribute to ex-boyfriend Val Kilmer. Wrote Valis, the turn-back time singer, Cher, who is 78 now, wrote on X, Valis, we will miss you. You were funny, crazy, pain in the ass, great friend, kids love you, brilliant as Mark Twain, brave, here during your sickness. Brave here during your sickness. And this was posted by Cher yesterday. So she dated Val Kilmer. Now, Val Kilmer had throat cancer and...
Oh, no.
Let's not go there, MJ. Come on.
I'm sorry. Val Kilmer had throat cancer. And Michelle, by the way.
I mean, certainly every person Val Kilmer was intimate with is under the microscope,
Let me point something out. The New York Post had a story, subtle symptoms of throat cancer, including a few that seem harmless, after Val Kilmer's death at 65. And the performance of, oral sex can bring about your infection with HPV, which that is a thing. There are increased cases of men with throat cancer.
Right.
Michael Douglas is one of them. And Michelle, the New York Post didn't even have this in their Val Kilmer and looking for subtle symptoms, but you found it. I haven't seen anyone else say that it seems Michael Douglas, who had throat cancer, which he attributed to performing oral sex on women with HPV, that's how he thinks he got it. But you found where Michael Douglas seemed to confirm that that's how Val Kilmer got it as well, right? What did you find?
It was an interview with the BBC.
Yeah.
He said something to the effect was what a terrible disease it is, and how Val Kilmer, who's a talented actor, is going through the same thing.
Right.
Yep. So
the same thing could have just meant throat cancer, or the same thing meant throat cancer because of
some munch and crunch.
Okay,
right.
guy.
I don't know where you've been, but no crunch.
All right, well, that'd be very bad if there was some crunch. That'd be all right, we better just get the hell out of here.
Let's go downtown and talk about what pops up.
We ought to just get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The best part of the show in the last 20 seconds. All right. We just did 4 hours, but the last 20 seconds the best. All right. We'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. You need to get hold of me. I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio, and I think I'm 4 followers away from 25,000. I swear.
You're so pathetic.
I am pathetic. I'm a POS pathetic. I'm so pathetic. Let me go to my dashboard. Seriously. I am like some ridiculous number away from 25,000 followers. I am 6. I have 24,994 followers. If 6 people will just follow me right now, I will hit 25,000.
And he'll never mention it again.
Never, ever.
All right, that's not true.
All right. All I need is 6 people to follow me right now, and I'll hit 25,000. Certified MJ Radio. Come on, they got to be 6 folks that can feed my pathetic ego, all right? It's Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Come on. All I need is 6 freaking followers right now to hit 25K. All I need, 6. Come on. Certified MJ Radio. I'm staying on the air like a telethon until I hit it. It's for Jerry's kids. Okay? All right, here we go. 20. It's still, oh my God, I'm still at 24,009. I keep refreshing. Come on. Are there not 6 people listening to this freaking show anymore? Come on.
No, they all tuned out after the last segment.
Nielsen says the ratings are great. They are great.
We don't trust them on good days or bad days, do we?
Yeah, I just... Up, I just hit it! Ladies and gentlemen! Yes! Thank you! Thank you, Jesus! I just hit it. 25,000 followers. Son of a... All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow, folks, on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And let's be careful out there.
Download the app now. Get the Q105 app